Okay.
And audio is on.
All right. Well, hey, hi everyone. Welcome once again to another episode of Pathfinder Kingmaker. I am the GM, the game's mistress, Fifi Squeaks. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it to the hostess for the stream.
Hi everyone, my name is Astrid. I am the host of the stream and I play Zarni Greenblade. Our pronouns are she, they. Passing off to Blasty.
Oh, I almost forgot. Yeah, my pronouns are she, her. Sorry.
All good. Hey, I'm Blasty, also known as Blastflight. I'm going to play Sojin of Wind, and our pronouns are he, they. Passing it off to Dot.
Hello, I'm Dot. I play Troyka Aldorai. Our pronouns are she, they. Passing it on to Wandren.
Hello, I'm Wandren. I play Iskander Kastrioti. Our pronouns are both she, her. And passing it off to Grumpy.
Hello, I'm Grumpy. I'll be playing Jory Fourtoes. Our pronouns are he, him. I'll pass it back to our game master, Fiona.
Thank you. So, once again, the party had adventured off and have returned, but as always, I'm going to ask Blasty to give us the recap.
Episode 10. In the name of the Mother, we sanctify this temple. In helping a group of Gnomish adventurers with the Pathfinder Society, the team was able to expand their sights upon the lands that will be their barony. Following the path west, they pursued their foe. Black tier mercenaries seem set to be one set of bandits that don't know when to quit when paid a pretty penny. Thankfully, the team was able to put down their zealot of a leader and take the remaining ones back to town to face justice. Now new paths open up, and a goal is set upon. To sanctify the Temple of the Elk. Will we follow through, or will we fall flat? That is what we will see today.
Excellent. And just to remind, first everybody go ahead and reset your hero points to 1.
Yay!
Rat. I was at 3 for once!
Use them, but no. Just to remind, the party had arrived, and a couple things happened. Iskander's necklace, the holy symbol of Milani, started to give a funny feeling, like kind of a pulsing feeling, in the general store area that's being currently raised, because the town has built up a general store, and that general store has basically like the it's not just one store, it's like a large
Battery
storefront
80%.
that has like several smaller shops and vendors surrounding it. So I'll take us to the settlement for Snagsbane, and
Yay.
Yay.
so the party was traveling near the general store, which I believe is this one, and you had gotten that feeling. Meanwhile, Troyka had received word from some of the kobold guards that apparently the someone had reportedly come to the city hall and was asking some of the other leaders about you. And specifically, they had spoke to Svetlana. So the party has a choice. You've just arrived back in town. So what would you like to do?
Iskander's going to investigate the feeling from her necklace.
Troyka is following Iskander.
Sojin is currently with the kobolds getting to arrange a prisoner transport so these black tier mercenaries can be sent over to Lady Aldorai for justice.
Okay. Zarni?
I'm gonna go with Iskander and Troyka.
Okay. And Jory?
I'm gonna go get something to eat.
You do have family in town.
You do. So we're going to go ahead and start with you, Jory. Where do you go to get some food? Because obviously in town there's... I know that the main buildings that you have is the town hall, a series of housing, and the general store. But it's not just those 3 areas. There are also like minor shops and buildings. Basically, think of it as these are the major features of your village at this time, but there are small sprinklings of houses and things. So where do you go to get food?
I actually visit my cousin, if she's still in town.
She is indeed. So, your cousin, let me just get her name real quick. You step away from the party and you spend some time in the the housing district, basically. And once you arrive there, you, where is it? I have it right here.
And can you remind me what the day is?
Oh, yes, I can. Give me one moment and I'll pull that up for you.
Yep.
So it is currently Toil Day, the 11th of Desnus. So there are no special holidays that are nearby. The next one is the Goblin Flea Market on the 29th. Basically just a market day that primarily favors like having children like sell and purchase candy. Basically, it was an Andorran festival to basically welcome families that were settling into the region, and
Gotcha.
Brevoy has taken that as part of their traditions as well. So you don't have to celebrate it, but that is something that is established in the region that you could.
Gotcha.
So they named it Goblin Festival?
The goblin market, the goblin flea market, because the children dress up as goblins.
Okay, thank you.
No, I totally get that.
That's where my
but
confusion was.
So yes, Blair Fourtoes. When you arrive, Blair Fourtoes is basically currently preparing a small meal for a small group of 7. Typical small dinner for the Fourtoes, and says, "Cousin, welcome. Happy to see you. I didn't realize you were back in town."
I don't advertise, but yes, it's good to see you too.
Well, you're just in time. We're almost finished. But if you'd like to, I know you're just coming back, but if you'd like to help, why don't you go to the cupboard and get some flagons for everyone?
Sure, I could do that.
All right, I'll bring out the food in just a moment. What have you been up to, anyway? Go ahead and just say it loud while I'm busy. Everyone else will likely listen.
Oh, you know. Taking down bandits, beating them in the face, stealing their money, coming back here. That's about it.
What?
What was that?
What's
What
that?
was that?
Ah,
Oh, hello.
Okay.
that was somebody that was somebody else who just joined the voice chat here. Hello.
Just to give a heads up, we are playing Pathfinder, but you can
Sorry.
hang out and listen.
I,
But
that was
yep.
not. I just want to say that was. I'm trying to figure it out, but you can set. If you have Discord Premium, you can set sound files to play when you enter a thing. I'm trying
Yeah.
to figure out how to not
Yeah,
go
I do
off
that.
on certain servers. Sorry.
no worries. But yeah, so to continue with the scene, so Blair says, well, yeah,
So you get yourself?
I figured that you're going to be out and about dealing with the bandit situation. We heard that you and your group was out. No word yet from Samuel, though. But as soon as I hear something, I'll be sure to let you know.
Very good.
In either case, and she comes. When she comes around, she says, "I hope you're ready to eat well." Because
It'll be a sweet change from the camp food.
well,
Somewhere, Sojin sneezes.
well, today we have Brevoy eggs, roast mutton, shepherd's pie, as well as some bread pudding with cinnamon, as well as bring cookies to go with the afternoon tea.
Oh, it's good to be around people who understand these things.
Aye. Anyway, dig in, and she starts serving out the plates, and like the Fourtoes clans, mostly adults, a couple kids, just dive bomb the tables and grab seats.
As she walks by me, I reach for one of the cookies on the tray she's carrying, and the other hand goes for her pocketbook.
You are nothing but consistent, Jory.
You know what?
Yes.
You can go ahead and make a thievery check and see if you can pocket.
Not this time.
Not this time. She doesn't seem to mind you grabbing a cookie, but she does swat your hand out of her pocketbook.
You know I have to try.
Aye, but this time you didn't do it. I still remember what you did at the manor.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, the family is going to spend the time with you, just enjoying a meal and all that. So you have a tasty time.
Good.
All right. So let's go ahead and go with let's go with the next smallest group, which I believe is going to be Sojin. So Sojin, you walk with the kobold guards. And there is a small, guard area established near the town hall, obviously dependent. And there, a good mix of guards, basically, mostly kobolds, but with a few humans and others that were brought in from Brevoy when the town village was being settled initially. Are currently sharpening weapons, and as soon as they see you approach, they stand up and they offer a salute. Baron!
Boys, girls, soldiers.
The third gender, soldier.
How are the arrangements for the prisoner transport?
We're just about ready. We're preparing a caravan to march them up to Brevoy. If you and yours have any messages that need to be delivered up, any orders that need to be placed, we can bring that as well. So we'll leave at first light in the morning.
Quick question to Zarni. Would you have handed over those orders you wanted?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Sojin hands over the purchase requests and the requisite money to the kobolds. Make sure these get to the shopkeepers in Brevoy. They will know what to do and all the requisite yada yadas.
Yes. We'll get those right away.
You would not want Zarni to be disappointed in you.
No. We absolutely would not.
All I can say is, you are doing wonderfully. Seriously, you guys have turned around, are turning into one of the best groups I've seen in a while. He's genuinely proud of how these kobolds have turned themselves around from just vagabonds to actually a little good army.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still early days, but they're definitely, with the help of the Brevoy regulars, are turning into an established army. You do still see them making small religious signs for Old Sharptooth, and which obviously no one is really know who that actually is at this point. But the kobolds make those signs, and they bow their heads and they say, thank you for welcoming us. We are happy to be part of this, part of your new lands.
And I'm glad we can provide you such a space. Especially with how things were going sour before with that. You can see he's visibly trying not to curse out the name of that gnome but trying to
Cartucho.
trying to control himself from just being absolutely furious about that still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I will let you get back to it. Is there anything else you think I should know before we head back out? Because the team is heading back out to the Temple of the Temple of the Elk to consecrate that.
The human guards shake their heads. No, not at this time. We're just going to continue our training. We can defend the town, but of course, if you need us to stand guard, we don't need it right now since we're just a village. But you may want to consider perhaps raising a force to quarter in the village to defend it, or maybe build some city walls.
That's on the agenda. Trust us, we've been trying to, but that first setup took us just enough time to get the housing and the general store going, which I hate to say.
Of course, we know these things take time.
But yes, army, walls, food, priority.
Mm-hmm.
Back to it. I'm gonna go check in with the rest of the group now.
Of course. Be well, Baron.
Be well, men.
And with that, the soldiers gather up the black tier mercenaries that you brought back, and they take them in so that they can be delivered to Brevoy once they make the trip tomorrow. So, going back to everyone else. So, when you make it to the market square area, you find that there is a certain much like any other shop area in a city or a village like this one. There are a bunch of merchants that are setting up stalls and stands and basically discussing setting up deals, making friends, and basically calling villagers or tradespeople to offer them deals on little luxuries. Because obviously, since it's still early in the village's days, most everyone here are craftspeople and their families that are just basically trying to set up everything over the course of this month. But the pull of your necklace leads you towards the center of the area where you see a blonde man, a blonde human male who is currently has a very fretful look on his face, and he's speaking with about a small group of about 6 other merchants. And I'm just going to put him on the screen right now so that you can see. There you go. And when you overhear the tail end of the conversation as the merchant says, "Look! As soon as they return, I'll speak to them. Hopefully, the barons or the barons and baronesses will be willing to help us, because this is too much for us. It's impossible for us to deal with." What do you do?
What's too much for you?
The group looks over. 4710. Sorry.
Yeah, it's on the campaign calendar page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, here I'll put his note. Boom. But where was I? So the merchant looks towards you and says, "Oh, Baroness, I am pleased that you're here. You see, we have a small matter, but could we?" And one of the other merchants says, "Stop lollygagging. Yeah, stop lollygagging. Just tell them what's wrong." And the merchant blushes and says, "Very, very well. You see, we're actually we're actually from a nearby land, and we were not here from Brevoy, Nemoria to be exact. All of us wanted to escape the taxes of the Technic League, but a Nephilim, who had paid for our way, had put us into a contract that was, that is to say, unfavorable. It's unfair. It takes a lot of our income, and we'll be we'll be running behind for at least 3 months, assuming that things work out well. And we were hoping that you could convince her to give us a moratorium, perhaps, so that we could establish ourselves.
What is this Technic League? I've never heard of it.
Nor I.
You can roll a lore or society
To
to see if you know any details.
Mercantile lore. That would be helpful here, right?
That would be.
Hey.
Could I roll planes since I am a nomad?
Not in this one because they're not from a plains region.
Okay. Nope.
No.
I know nothing.
So, Iskander, you actually have heard of the Technic League. The Technic League are basically like, they're the de facto leaders of Nemoria, because basically Nemoria is a land that's adjacent to the River Kingdoms where you are. And basically, they're ruled by a.
Are they to the west, north, east?
I believe they're to the southeast, but I'd have to check a map. But the important part is that basically they are primarily powerful because they have access to strange technologies from a fallen meteorite, basically like firearms and laser weapons,
Gotcha.
as well as mech suits.
The Weird West.
Yeah, but in addition to that, basically, they are the de facto ruler. Because you rolled high enough, I'm giving you some extra info.
Mm-hmm.
They are the de facto rulers because the barbarian warlord is the leader, but it's kind of an open, not so open secret that the Technic League basically keeps them drugged so that they're the actual ones in charge, and they've instituted a policy of slavery in the region.
Okay, interesting.
Kind of like how the Harkonnens ruled in Dune. Got it.
Iskander's going to look at him a little bit oddly. Are you yourself from Nemoria?
Well, I am, yes. Some of us are. Some of us are just passerbys that made our way here from there. But I'm the only one that's a Nemorian born.
You have my condolences for being forced into such unfortunate economic circumstances. What is it that we can do to help?
Well, ideally, and one of the merchants pipes up, convince her to break the contract. It's way too much. And she had us sign it under false pretenses. And the merchant says, "No, we all saw the contract paperwork. We all signed the paper. We don't want to rock the boat. I would ask that you just see if you can get us a moratorium. Any amount would do. A month, preferably 3 or 4."
I understand. Is there any way I could ask, like, how much gold specifically you owe them?
Well, it's not so much a amount, but if you need to know, the total sum for each of us would be about 9,000 gold.
I understand.
And basically, we each have to pay off 40% of our earnings for a period of no less than 1 year, and beyond that, until we've paid off our debt.
Wait. How much gold?
9,000.
9,000? How many are
Per
there?
merchant.
How many are there?
8, including him.
Okay, and that's... Okay, so 72,000. Okay, and then... You...
Well, no, that's 9,000 total.
Oh, 9,000 total. Okay. Whoo, that's a little easier. Okay, so 9,000, and it was 0.45?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4,050. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
No.
But yes, if you could just convince her to give us a moratorium, that should give us enough that we could establish ourselves, and then we could handle the rest ourselves. I still say that you should get her to cancel it entirely.
We can't
We'll see what we
buy
we'll
out
see
your
what we can-
contract.
we'll see what we can do. When next we're able, we'll send out an envoy to Nemoria, and ask on your behalf for better conditions, for a temporary moratorium on the contract, and more if we're able to get it.
Well, actually, she has housing here that she's
Oh.
established. I could tell you where it is. She is leaving from Nomuria in about 2 hours, though. And she is the one that we have the contract with. Or a little over 2 hours, perhaps.
Yes, if you could.
Alright, and he tells you. He tells you where to go, basically somewhere not too far from the town hall.
Yep, let's go. Is there anything else that you can tell us that would aid us in negotiations?
Well, I can tell you that I believe that she is a member of the Church of Asmodeus. So she is very particular about contracts.
Yeah, we're screwed.
Well, if I've learned anything, it's that I should maybe hide the necklace of Milan, or the amulet of Milani during this negotiation.
Yeah.
Is there? I appreciate your time, and I hope that you enjoy your time in the Kastrioti.
I do as well. Also, and this goes to everybody, including Troyka. If you're here, you can make a religion check to see if you can get any further clues.
I'm on
Based
it.
on what you... Yep.
I'm still not.
What is religion, anyways?
Hey!
Okay, so between Astrid, between Troyka and Zarni, you can get 3 pieces of information for the impending negotiations if you wish to take this as a negotiation.
Troyka passed the fucking shivers check.
Pretty much. So you could either discuss it and basically figure out like ways to influence the merchant. Basically, the best skills to use to try to influence them. You could try to find a weakness, a potential weakness that might be able to convince her to change her mind, or resistances, basically things that you want to avoid. Otherwise, you'll make your job harder.
One of each?
It's up to you. Troyka gets 2, and Zarni you get 1. So let's start with you, Zarni. What would you like to know?
Ways to influence.
Okay. The easiest ways to influence is basically a society check. Basically, explaining like how her exorbitant rates are affecting the merchants and how it could affect the prosperity of the town. Because Asmodeans may be cutthroat, but they do actually want a functioning society.
Yes, I remember. Okay.
Troyka?
What do they like want? Because if they're running this scam on, like X number of people, like they can't be in it for the money anymore. Like, what's the point?
Well, the point may be money, but also since these are the first merchants, it's very likely that she's trying to establish like a merchant consortium that is in the lead, basically get in on the ground floor. And um, as such, because the Church of Asmodeus has a very low track record with the common people, especially in a frontier town like this, you could lean into that as a weakness, basically like kind of imply that you'll tell everybody not to shop from them because they're Asmodeans. Basically, what that means is that anytime you use the Asmodean connection against her, the difficulty is reduced by 2.
Okay, follow-up question. What will Asmodeus do to these people if they fail? Or, like, if they get, like, found out or this thing, like, falls apart?
That depends on how high placed she is. Because if she's like a cleric, then it might bite her bad. If she fails, then she might have to answer to whoever she was working for. But basically, they may be a possibility that she's a low-level flunky. So this might be a solo project going for ambition, in which case she just fails. Or if this is someone plotting against the kingdom or against the other merchants, then there might be some problems that come with her. And as a result, you also discover that you could also use politics lore against her, or religion, basically as other influence skills.
Interesting. Boy, I sure hope this is good information for the group.
It is for some of you.
Can you say that? What could we use politics or religion for?
Basically to influence. Basically, this is the influence system.
Mhm.
So the 3 skills that you know can be used are society, as the easiest, politics, lore, and religion. There are other skills that can be used as well, but you haven't discovered them yet.
So I can cover the religion for influence, but
I can do society. And also, I'm just going to presume that mercantile lore will be helpful here. We obviously don't know that, of course, but it seemed
Sure.
right.
That is very accurate, yes.
Were those the only 2?
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 skills that can be used. 9 including mercantile lore, so it's just that you only discovered 3 of them.
Got it. Because I have good rolls for, like, society, but not for religion, unless I roll another nat 20.
Oh, keep in mind, you can if you all work together in the influence role, you can use your actions to try to discover things about her. Because that's obviously politics and religion can be used as a discovery check. Perception can always be used to discover, and society. So you could also use that to try to get information for the others to use.
All right. Can we move on to the next scene?
Well, so what do you guys do next?
Well,
No, we're
Troyka
going to
has
move
the-
to this person's place here. Is it like an apartment or an inn?
Didn't Troyka have to talk with Svetlana?
Oh,
Well, that's if I think that Troyka, you're pretty much just sticking with Iskander and waiting, right?
Iskander
but
She has
Svetlana
not
can
driven off.
wait.
on her.
Yeah, you're right.
So is the party going to meet up together to work on this?
actually, maybe we should meet up with Svetlana first. Like, how much time will it take to have a conversation with her? We might also be able to have some helpful tips for dealing with these merchants.
Also true. Not to mention that Jory is indisposed because, family eating time.
Would you all mind that? Just taking minor detour?
Yeah, go for it.
Shouldn't take that long. It shouldn't take more than an hour.
I don't imagine it'll take a full hour. We'll impress upon her how hasty.
You've
Well,
never seen
you know what I mean.
halflings eat.
No. We're talking about the talk.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the party travels from the general store to the town hall, and you find that Svetlana is currently speaking with craftspersons that are carrying like boards over their shoulder. Obviously, they're on their way to like build housing, and they were just arranging details. The conversation ends just as you approach, so Svetlana turns around, looks at you, and says, "Oh, great day! It is a great day to see the barons and the baronesses. How are all of you?"
Doing all right, for the most part. I do apologize, but we're here on business.
Go on.
Troyka, did you have something specific that you needed to talk to her about?
Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me. Baroness Troyka, a gentleman, an elf by the name of Timolin, and I'm going to type that in the chat, arrived and was asking a lot of questions about you. I had a bad feeling, though, because he seemed to be kind of scary, just obsessed, and he actually just spoke to me just yesterday, in fact, and I mentioned that you and your party had left for an errand, I believe a few days ago, and that you should be back. And he said that he would wait around in town, but he had a dueling sword just like yours on his hip. But he had this wild look in his eye, almost as if something was wrong with him, like a man possessed.
Concerning. Did he have any sort of crest or other kind of marking on his clothing?
Now that you point that out, there was a spot on his jerkin that looks like a crest may have been there, but it looks like it was torn off. And both Troyka, you know for a fact that that's a problem, because tearing off a crest from a jerkin is basically a sign that you've been banished from the Aldori school, which means, yeah, so whatever he did was dishonorable enough that he was banished from the school.
Is that something that Iskander would know as well?
Perhaps give me a society check.
Sure. She's not from Brevoy specifically, but she does hail from a port nearby.
Yeah, so you
okay, she would not recognize that.
No.
All right.
You wouldn't know the significance.
Yep. All right.
I tried to get him to tell me where he would stay, but he said that he would just come when you returned, and that you would be most happy to see him. But the way he was talking, I don't think you would be.
Thank you. I am sorry for any inconvenience this might have caused.
None at all. It's nothing at all.
Maybe ask you for some advice on something else.
Of course.
And I'm not going to repeat the whole story, but Iskander's just going to relay the whole story of the merchants and the technically and their debt and all that, and ask for advice on how to proceed.
I will admit I don't know the technically too well, but I would say that personally speaking, if this is causing a long-ranging situation, a lot of stress, then I would try to talk about how that would affect their health, their mental health and well-being, and you could try to speak to their goodness, because surely this merchant would understand that they're causing a lot of problems for others, right?
I understand what you mean, but the Technic League is different. And Iskander would explain what she knows about the Technic League, about how they operate, as essentially debt traps and stuff like that.
And as you explain that, she says, "Oh, well, in that case, then you may not want to try to appeal to goodness and kindness. Based on that, it seems like she would be resistant to the idea. The party has now unlocked knowledge that this Nephilim very likely has resistance to that. Basically, if you try to appeal to the kindness and goodness of her heart, that will harden her heart instead and raise all difficulties by 2.
Righto. Alright. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you being here in our little village, and I wish you and your husband the best.
Mm-hmm. I thank you. He sent a letter ahead. He'll be here in just a week.
It'll be nice to see him again.
Indeed, indeed. I'm gonna make him some moonradish pie when he comes.
Save a slice for us?
Certainly, certainly.
Alright. Very well. Oh, actually, was there anyone else who wanted to talk to her?
Sojin finally enters in. Well, I can tell you this much. The kobolds have those prisoners heading off to Ravoy, so that's all squared away.
Nice. That's good to hear.
Is there anything else we need to do before we go grab the priest and head out to the temple?
Yes, there is. There is a little bit of business that came up.
Let me guess. A bitch of a merchant?
Yep. Yes.
Alright. Let's get it over with. I don't want to have to go find Jory and drag him out of whatever meal he's in. If it's done before we have to go grab him. He'd be very cranky at us if we take him away from his food.
You are learning.
Anyways, yeah, let's just move on to the next scene then.
Okay.
What's her name again?
Svetlana?
No, not Svetlana.
The Nephilim.
Queen.
Yeah.
The Nephilim. Let me see. I have her name here. Avarice.
Oh, jeez.
Of course.
Geez, no wonder. Okay.
Well, that was okay. For reference, that is not one of the crew. So that is not one of Sojin's former crew.
No.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk with Avarice.
All right. Are you gonna go gather up with Jory?
Steal Jory away from his meal? Well, that depends. Did Jory tell us where he was going?
No,
Then
he didn't.
we would not know where
He
he
ran.
is.
Well, remember, it's a village, so it's not a very large place. So you could probably find it.
But would we have the time to?
Possibly.
Nor do we want to.
That is the question.
Yeah. We'll just skip over that.
I have an army of halflings at my back.
You know what?
What you're saying is that we should. So what you're saying is that we should assault the Nephilim.
No comment.
Well, I'm not opposed to that. That's not the first option.
Indeed. Anyways, let's just do this.
All right. So you're just going straight to?
Yeah.
All right. So then we'll go back to Jory. So Jory, halfway during the meal, let me see. Blair and some of the other halflings, like some of the halflings had fallen asleep because they ate a lot of the shepherd's pie and had a bit too much to drink, so they're having their afternoon sleepies. But it's just like maybe you and 3 others, including Blair. And Blair pats her tummy and says, you know, I never thought that the Fourtoes would ever be in a position of power like this. Of course, the power is in your and your allies' hands, but what do you plan to do with it? What are your goals?
You know me, I don't really care for titles and everything, but being part of this town as it is kind of nice. But I would like some help.
What kind?
Well, we could be monitoring such things around town like graft, greed, overcharging, maybe even quietly taking down some of the less favorable merchants that are charging too much, that kind of thing.
Mm.
Or even people who are controlling the merchants.
Well, we could actually help with that, but it's funny you mentioned that because I did hear a little something when I went to the market this morning to pick up the ingredients for the pie. Apparently, there's a Nephilim who comes from the west or southwest, I believe, who is making a push for a consortium of traders. And apparently, she is kind of leaning hard against the other members of that organization. A massive upfront payment with a very high interest rate, that sort of deal.
Oh, it's way too early in this town's development for that kind of garbage. I think we ought to work behind the scenes to take her down.
Well, you certainly can. I could tell you where she is if you'd like to investigate her.
Sure. I'd like that.
Okay, it's actually not too far. She's on the outskirts of the housing district. She basically arranged to have her house built first, of course, or as one of the first. And she gives you the address.
Oh, good. Would you like to go along?
Well, I would, but I'm still waiting on word from Samuel, so,
Oh, yes. What's Samuel up to these days?
well, if you remember, he's doing that job in Patax. And I'm waiting for word from Cousin Bree and Cousin Larry about where his progress coming back up from Patax.
Damn it, Larry.
As long as he's not wearing a leisure suit, we're all good.
When we get more information from them, I'd like to hear more about what they're doing.
Of course. As soon as I hear something, you'll be the first to know.
Okay, good. Where was Bree working?
I believe that she's working with the one of the new food vendors in the Merchant Square. Basically just an assistant baker, just to keep an eye on things. You know, the usual. You know, Bree never really had the fast hands and light foot of the rest of us, but she has better ears than most of us.
And that's just as important. That's very good. Okay, well then I guess I'll toddle off and start looking at this Nephilim. What's the name? Do you know the name?
You're not going to believe this, but this upstanding merchant has named herself Avarice.
Oh, that's fitting. Now I know we have to take her down. But we need to do it quietly so that nobody gets hurt if possible.
Indeed. Well, again, I'll investigate and see if I can find anything, but you can head over if you wish, and don't worry about cleaning up. You're the Baron. Allow us to do it. You can get it next time.
All right, but I'm going to hold you to that. Like I said, I don't care for much for titles.
Oh no, I'm holding you to that too. Don't you worry.
Okay, cousin. Now,
and
is she going to try and take my wallet?
You know what? Roll your perception.
Yeah, she might even do it.
Yeah, and she basically tosses you 2 gold coins. Now we're even, cousin.
Well, that just means I have to try harder next time.
Right, now go on.
Okay. All
right, you and
I love.
yeah. As soon as you turn around, she turns around and looks at everybody else. All right. Children, clean up your areas. Everyone else, get your plates, dishes, and no, don't try to scuttle off. I have eyes of a hawk. I see you trying to sneak out of here. And so we're gonna go to everyone else. So, Jory, I'll tell you when you arrive. But is everybody else ready?
Oh yeah.
All right. By the way, everybody can gain a hero point.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
Woo.
So, go ahead and move yourself to here.
Oh.
Just drop your tokens.
Actually,
Um,
before I forget, there was one recall knowledge I'd like to do, if
Sure.
possible.
Sure.
Basically, I'd like to figure out if I know what title Avarice would have within the league.
Sure.
Should that be politics or mercantile law?
Mercantile lore or politics could work. So, you can roll whichever.
Mhm.
Oh, excellent. So, journeyman merchant. Basically, it's a mid-level position for one who's allowed to travel outside of Nemuria to adventure. And don't worry, I'll put. Oh,
My dog disappeared.
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead and put your dog back.
I am learning how to do this.
Okay.
Hey, you're doing great.
There you go. I just. All right, you got it.
There's a big old black space for me.
Did you put yourself down?
Oh, is that what I need to do? 1 second. Okay, there we go. Which side are we on?
Here, I'll ping it again.
Right side of the map.
Okay. Gotcha. Give me just a second. Let me delete this. Then go over here. Okay, there we go. Hi.
So.
Horse is here too.
And here, I'll send your horse to back so that there we go. So,
Thank you.
no problem. Let me just take a look at this. Here it is. So, once you arrive, you see a small, recently built construction, mostly a wooden building that already has decorations, signaling that this is a merchant's home, basically like a little sign, a shopkeeper sign dangling from the front door that you're outside of, and there's a small dirt path leading up to the front door. Once you see 3 horses that are currently stabled up, like on a post right outside the front door, and a large double door at the top of a short set of stairs. And looking around, this is basically what you see. So, what do you do?
I suppose that the first thing that we'll do is Iskander's just going to knock on the door.
Okay, I'm going to ask everybody to roll initiative just so that we can keep this organized, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
1 sec.
Sorry, I'm also working on ordering my dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, whoops. Let me re-roll that. That was the wrong stat. Well, I guess it would be the exact same either way.
And by the way, since this is a social scenario, you can use society instead of perception.
Oh,
And this is for
I'm
everyone.
going to do that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, does that mean I have to re-roll?
No, you're good.
Only if you want to.
Okay.
You can use perception or society. All right, so we have initiatives. Let me just pull it up.
There we go.
All right, so we're gonna start with. By the way, let me just check. Troyka, did you want to re-roll with society? Okay.
I did. I rolled a 12.
Why do you keep going left? Oh my god!
She is fated to be this way.
It had to be this way. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
so we're gonna start with Zarni. Zarni, what would you like to do? And remember, we're not in combat time, so you don't have to think one action. Just generally, what are you doing for the next few minutes?
Zarni is actually going to follow Iskander's lead on this because this is not her forte. To be perfectly honest. But, she's going to be ready just in case.
Fair enough. All right, so then Jory's not here yet. So Iskander, what are you doing?
Yep, just like I was saying before, she's knocking on the door.
Okay. And a minute passes, then a second, and a third, and finally here, could you go and open the door for our guest, whomever they are? And when you hear that, the door opens. Here we go. And you see a orc in like armor standing there. And the orc looks down to you and says, yeah?
I am Iskander Bey, Bey of the Spalek. May I come in and speak with your master?
Ah, the Baroness. Then please come in. And with that, the orc steps out of the way.
And Iskander just gestured for companions to follow.
Not mommy's nice shirt, okay?
When you go inside, you see that seated at a table are a Hrengar, basically a deep dwarf, and a Nephilim, who is currently sitting at the head of a table. They're currently having a fine meal of like broiled duck with like pudding and porridge, and expensive-looking wines in wine glasses, seated on the table. And as you step in, the Nephilim has not looked up a single time. And with your cooking lore, you do find that these are basically imported foods, and it's not anything that would be locally brought in. It's very likely that it would either be an expensive import or maybe something conjured. So basically, just an ostentatious show of wealth. But it does seem to be well prepared.
A little showy for a midday meal.
The Nephilim looks up and says, well, yes. After all, a woman of means should look and feel the part. After all, as the barons and baronesses, wouldn't you agree? Is that not what you wish to do? At this point, Troyka, are you coming in as well?
Yes, sorry, wasn't my turn.
Yeah. Since everybody moved in, go ahead and move in. Like, we're not in combat time. Alright. Sojin, it's your turn, so what would you like to do?
Sojin just chuckles. Look, honestly, a duty is a duty, and a function is a function. We did not intend to become barons and baronesses. It kind of just happened. He's very humble about the fact. But we take our jobs.
Sorry.
Fair enough. But we do still take the job seriously.
And it's excellent that you do, because after all, a civilization does require people that take society and laws very seriously. Now, what brings you to my humble abode?
About that. He looks to Iskander.
Alright. My turn?
Well, it's Sojin's turn, so what would you like to do?
Sojin just nods to Iskander.
Yeah. So, are you basically like trying to pass your turn off to me?
Yeah, basically. Sojin doesn't know. He's like,
would you like to make a perception check to try to figure out ways to influence?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll do that.
You can roll politics, lore, perception, religion, or society.
Said politics.
Politics? perception, religion, or society.
Wait, we don't have a
Yeah.
politics. Oh, politics
if you-
more.
Yeah, so if you don't have
Yeah.
it, you can't
So
roll
just
it.
perception in that case.
Yeah.
23.
Okay. That's going to give you some information. Would you like to find a new influence skill? Would you like to find... let me see. You already found every resistance. So you could also find another weakness.
A weakness would be good.
Okay. You notice that she seems to be eyeing the back door, like she's expecting you to start a fight, and she's not going to stand around for it.
Now, I know you think we're going to start a fight.
Are you actually pointing it out?
Oh boy.
Oh, Jesus!
Sojin!
No, actually he won't. He was just like, he's like, now, we're here just to talk, to discuss your current
Contract.
contract with merchants and how they feel a bit swindled at the moment.
Hmm. Well, tell you what. Since you are the rulers of this village and this barony, I will be willing to speak with you, but I will remind that the contract was legally signed by the rules of the lands we were in, and that contract is legally binding. So I am not want to change the terms of it, but I will hear your proposal. But I will warn you that we will be leaving to finalize things with our contacts in the Technic League in about 2 hours or so from now. The dwarf nods. 2 hours. So I will give you 2 hours, and then I will take my leave and ask you to leave.
Fair enough.
Alright, so that's your turn. So, that's going to be Troyka. What do you do?
She's keeping her eyes and ears open primarily. She's not much of a talker, but she is attentive, feeling.
Mhm.
She's
Alright.
kind of every so often like tapping her foot and kind of feeling out the area with her tremor sense.
Okay. Would you like to make a discovery check then?
What?
Basically to find some information on how you could influence her.
Sure.
That would be politics, perception, religion, or society.
I would do society.
Go for it.
We live
I
in
am
one.
going to re-roll that because I don't feel like I live in a society at the moment.
Fair enough.
Just kidding, I live in a fucking dog.
Jesus!
Okay.
So that won't be a success. So you get no further
I have a
intel.
+8 in this stat.
It's just a bad roll. Like that's all it is.
Dot's been making nothing but bad rolls.
All right, Jory. At this point, you arrive. You were up the road, and you had seen the party enter the house. So it's like, oh, okay. I guess they're already here. So you can walk on in if you wish, but I'll tell you when your turn comes up. Zarni, your turn again.
Yeah. Okay, so it was.
Here, I'll
How
type
about-
it again.
Okay.
These are the ones that were discovered, and this is in order of of what's easiest to hardest.
Sorry, I was also ordering my dinner, so my brain's kind of like, eh.
So those are the skills that were discovered to influence. Do not appeal to kindness. You could lean into her religion
Okay.
to gain an advantage. So there we go.
Somebody's at my front door. Hang on.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's mine.
That was fast.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
If you don't want to use any of those skills, you could always make a discovery check to try to find other skills that you could use, or you could take a chance.
I'm just trying to figure out how I'd say it. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm gonna roll it. So
Okay,
basically,
and that's to influence, right?
yeah,
Okay.
because I can't figure out what I was gonna say. My brain kind of just went, nope.
It's totally fine. That will be a success. So, that's going to be one influence.
I imagine it would be something like, oh shoot. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No,
my brain.
it's totally fine. It's totally fine. Let me offer something. You could basically point out that this village is ruled by, is more leaning towards the faiths of Aristil and the Green, and that such heavy-handedness doesn't befit these people and would actually choke their potential.
That's actually better than what I was thinking. Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. No,
Sorry.
and remember, if you can't think of anything, I can help you out. Just tell me what you'd like, and we can work together on that. But all right, so that's one influence gained. Jory, you've arrived. What do you do? You can walk on in if you want.
Sure, I'll just walk in.
You're not going to sneak in from behind, from the back?
Well, I'd like to sneak in from behind if that's an option.
You can, but then you won't be there this round because it'll take you time to sneak around. But I will ask you to make a stealth check to see if you're noticed when you pass by a window. Looks like you are fine. So you can head around to the backside. So go ahead and move yourself. Since we're not in combat, this is free movement, so just move where you want to go.
Well, I can only see the front half of the house.
Here, I'll move you. I got you.
Okay.
There.
All right. And doggy won't go. There we go. I have to take the dog around the hard way.
Yeah. So you do see like a door on that end that is currently shut. All right. So that's your turn. So Iskander. Oh, and by the way, go ahead and put your streamer eyes down if you want to be able to see.
All right. So this is what Iskander's going to say.
Mm-hmm.
I have come here on behalf of the merchants that you've contracted, and on behalf of the Bailick of Kastrioti. They've come before me and grumbled that they won't be able to pay off their first debt in time. Some have asked for a temporary moratorium on their first payment, and others have asked to be freed from their contract entirely. I'd like to negotiate down their debt. I believe that you'll find that it'll be easier for them to fulfill their contracts lawfully if you do this. And Iskander is... I'm going to roll for mercantilism lore on this one. She's going to discuss in detail about, facts and figures and how much, money flows in and out of a merchant's house in a week or so, or in a month and all that sort of stuff.
Yes. Go ahead and make your roll.
Mm-hmm. Mercantile.
Hell yeah!
All right.
Is that good enough?
It is actually very good enough.
Nice.
So that is another influence, and you have you've now unlocked the use of the mercantile skill. You make your arguments, and she listens. She provides some explanations on her experience. Basically, she's resistant, but you do provide some good points that she can't really counter, so you gain another influence.
And Iskander is listening attentively to those points that she's giving. She's also trying to weaponize what she's giving to her.
Mm-hmm. Good. All right. 15 minutes have passed, so you have an hour 45 minutes remaining. Sojin, you're up.
Sojin would like to point out that on top of all the flow, such a heavy yoke this early on. Well,
actually, can I make a suggestion?
Certainly.
They are interested in highly expensive food. Maybe there's some way that you could leverage that.
This is true.
That's true. Now, the food you have there. To keep that kind of food flowing into this area, you're going to need merchants and traders that are going to stick with you. Now that you are burdening these people with a heavy yoke, with the prices you have on them, they're less likely to bring in such lovely food. Because honestly, this is from what I can tell, it is pretty high quality food you got there. Not easy to make out here in the boonies. A roll for cooking lore.
All right, and that's going to be a critical success. So that gains you 2. You have unlocked cooking lore as basically equally as easy as society. So there we go.
And trust me, as someone who worked on a ship, knowing the limited resources, working with merchants who are under duress is never a good thing. Trust me, the amount of merchants who just would not sell because I can't sell to you because gotta keep selling to the higher bidders. Ridiculous.
All right, and she concedes that you do have a point that perhaps she is causing negative impact, and basically that moment of weakness has lowered the difficulty for diplomacy checks by 2. So basically, you're part of the way through. And I'm going to put down that in just a moment. -2 DC diplomacy. All right, there you go. All right, so Troyka, you're up again.
I'll just do what I did last time.
Okay, go for it. So you spend a little time observing things, and okay, that's a critical success. So you
Finally.
All right, so you find 2 additional pieces. So let me just put that down. Let me see. So that is, and this is again in difficulty, in order of difficulty. So this will be just a moment. There we go.
Okay.
So those are the influence skills that you've discovered.
So deception is a harder one. Okay.
Yeah, deception is a harder one because you're basically trying to con a con artist.
I guess I have one other question. From what she's been able to kind of feel out around the room, is there anything in here that is written or kept in demonic?
There is actually, yes, there is actually a demonic item here, or like writing that you can feel like raised print, like rolled sheets of paper that are written in demonic. So
She also is
things.
like having the ability to feel out liquid, could probably feel out ink.
Yes, and you do feel out like, I mean, obviously there's plenty of ink here because contracts and all that. So, yeah, you find plenty of that.
I might have her spend time between this turn and next turn trying to parse out some of it, since she actually does understand demonic.
Good call, actually.
Oh, being able to read the contract before it's even opened? Oh,
Yeah.
That is a sick skill!
Holy shit.
That is true, that's true. So, you know what?
Talk about
yeah.
being able to. Oh my god! If we're told to not break open a seal, we can still read a sealed message.
It's funny because there actually is I believe it's a deception perk that lets you figure out like the contents of a package before opening it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of wild that like this is actually a part of the game.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
she is trying to
Welcome
like.
to kineticist.
Okay, that one wasn't specifically kineticist, but kineticist is a goofy ass class. Anyways, yeah, she's trying to form like a mental picture in her mind of some of the like demonic writing in the room that she can kind of read without having to get close to.
Mhm. And on your next turn, you've unlocked the ability to basically try to feel that out on your turn instead to get some information.
Okay.
All right. So, it is now Zarni's turn. And by the way, yeah, Jory, you're almost up. I'll tell you when it's your turn again. Zarni?
Excuse me.
You're
Sorry.
excused. You're good.
I'm also trying to eat at the same time. Okay.
It's totally good.
So, in that case, I have like a 3 in society. I don't know how that would work for her.
Well, what would you like to try to do?
I was
Remember, you
gonna
don't
try
have.
and influence again.
Okay. So you would like to try to roll society instead?
Well, I want to do religion because it's the one that I have, but I've already rolled it.
No, you can keep rolling the same one.
Okay.
Perhaps you. Would you like to re-roll that?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oh,
no! Thankfully, you do keep the better of the two, so it is just a failure. You make an argument basically based on like faith and about like the tyranny that Asmodeus represents, but she seems resistant to your attempt.
Okay.
All right, Jory, your turn's come up. What do you do?
Have I had opportunities to check the windows for anybody in the back room?
When you peek around, you do see that the window. There doesn't appear to be anybody in any of the other rooms.
Okay.
You can move yourself to a window if you want to try to unlock it.
Yeah, well, that's the dog. There we go. I'll try and unlock this window.
Okay, give me a thievery check.
Oh, baby.
Okay.
Wow.
You unlock the window, and you can give me a stealth check to try to get inside. No problem. You get inside.
Okay, cool.
So you can go ahead and move yourself in.
Now I have to decide what I'm going to do next.
All right. What you find is basically that you step inside and you find a room that looks to be like a hunting den with a lot of like pelts and furs, but it's not like as if they're on display. It seems that these are being like packaged up to be shipped. And you recognize some of the pelts, some of the pelt designs as being like from the locals. In the next room, you do see that there is a Hrengar dwarf who is currently seated, leaning back against the wall. He hasn't noticed you yet, but basically, you're in full view if they turn around.
Well, my next thing to do would be to take cover so they can't see me.
Oh, yeah, we don't have to worry about that for now. I'm just to set the scene. All right,
Okay.
Iskander, you're up.
Actually, I have a question.
Shoot.
Do we still have any of that fancy wine or alcohol that we had from that bandit camp?
Yes, we do. We still
You
have
have
at
it
least one skin of wine. Oh,
Do you have
actually, a
it
full
with
flask of wine. Yes, we do, because it'd be in Sojin's pack that he carries with him. It's a
Okay.
small spare pack.
Okay.
In that case, Iskander's going to turn to Sojin and ask him quietly if she can offer that as a gift to Avarice.
Sojin passes it without question.
So this time, Iskander's going to continue to talk with Avarice about mercantilism, about prices and figures and stuff like that. Trying to get better conditions for the merchants, but she's also this time going to offer. What was the specific alcohol that you passed her?
This one, I believe, was, if I recall correctly. Where did I put it in my notes? It was a dwarven. It was a dwarven ale, if I remember correctly. A dwarven wine, very rare.
Maybe I have it in my notes.
Well, it's a dwarven wine. I don't remember the exact brand, but it's a rare dwarven wine, so we'll just run with that.
Yep, sounds good. But anyways, yeah, Iskander's basically just going to try and wine and dine her, essentially.
Oh, and
just
by the way,
wine
the party does see Jory hop into the window because obviously you're facing that direction.
Oh my god.
And obviously you know Jory well enough to not give him away.
Sojin's eyes immediately
one
just,
person does
dart.
not see it.
And actually, we're gonna check to see if they're within the aura because let's find out. Nope, you don't see it.
Oh my god. Well, anyways, I'm just gonna
never ends.
Sojin just keeps his eyes locked on Avarice and does not.
Actually, really quickly, instead of rolling for mercantile lore, since I'm trying to butter her up, essentially, mind if I roll society?
You may, and I'm going to give you a +2 because you are offering fine food, effectively fine wine.
Yep.
22.
Should I re-roll that, or is that good enough?
I mean, that's good enough.
Okay.
So that will be a success. So that's another influence. So you are at 5.
Cool.
And once you, so you're at 5 influence. She accepts the wine. She seems more amenable to your arguments and agreement. 15 minutes have passed. You now have an hour and a half left. Sojin.
He's gonna keep going down the route of trade via food, via the courses of food method. Sort of pointing out that it's probably for the better if we keep either doing a moratorium or just in general keeping the prices low for a longer contract. Because think about it this way: if the city grows, then you can slowly over time, when they're making more, you can pull more. But start with a low ceiling, and pull the ceiling up. It's better than to have them shackled to the bottom of the ocean. And just
okay.
It's the difference between making a little bit of money now and a lot of money later versus making a bit of money now and then nothing.
Exactly. You're more likely to force them out of business.
Okay, so go ahead and give me that roll.
I'm re-rolling that.
Okay, that will be a success. I'm glad you re-rolled. So that puts you at 6 influence. And you notice that the Nephilim is starting to sweat as you see a break in her armor, so to speak. She says, perhaps I was being a little too hasty. May I suggest a 1-month moratorium on collection? And then we continue as agreed. So if the party stops now, you can accept a 1-month moratorium.
I think I'd like to continue.
Okay, so that'll be Troyka's turn. So you're going to try to pursue the thing that you found, right?
Yeah, she is kind of feeling out the lettering one by one using her ability to feel out stuff within her elements.
Okay, so you can roll either perception or elemental lore.
I would do elemental lore.
Go for it.
Oh yeah.
Critical
Nice.
success. You do it in one action instead of 2. And what you find is that the letter is basically as suspected, a plan to basically form a consortium to keep Avarice in control of the merchants in the city. Basically, any new merchants that come in would have to the bird growing village would have to deal with her. And it seems to imply that this is a power play that she's doing on her own. Like she's trying to get in on the ground floor before anybody important comes to town. So she's working on her own. In addition, you find a second note that is a series of numbers and directions, which you realize is a safe combination.
What is that safe combination?
You have the safe combination. I'm
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So that's what you find. All right. That's going to be Zarni's turn.
Okay. What if we were to let you be the head of a mercantile consortium at a fixed rate? You skim no more than 15%, and we get 2% of your earnings from you.
Okay. What are you rolling for this? What would you like to roll?
I want to roll religion, but that's not really a religious...
Yeah.
Is that something that you'd like Iskander to propose? Using mercantilism lore?
Yeah, actually.
If I may offer a suggestion, perhaps you can make that a help check. So give me a diplomacy check to basically offer assistance to Iskander to roll.
Yeah, I got nada.
Okay. So, no bonuses, but you do make the suggestion that Iskander can do on her turn.
Yep.
Alright, so Jory, what do you do?
Well, considering how many people can actually see me, I'm going to try to sneak back out.
Okay. Give me another stealth check.
Oops, gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no.
Boy, I need...
Can Yef save him?
How?
Yef could make loud noise barking.
Oh my god.
Does Yef have what abilities did you give Yef?
I haven't given any. I forgot to.
He says last time he had speech. So
Yes.
Well, speech specifically, I'm looking for there's an ability where they can have a reaction to automatically offer help. So, yes, there is.
Okay.
I think it's called Accomplice.
Okay, I think you're right.
Actually, I think that we're overthinking this a little bit. Can one of us just let out a very loud hacking cough? Or like pretend that we're choking on the food?
Tell you what, whoever would like to make that can make a performance or deception check.
I could make a deception check. I'm actually trained in that.
I was gonna say, so am I.
So who's going to lead on it, and who's going to...
I have a
help
6.
for it?
I
have an 8.
I have a 7, so I will assist.
Okay.
I'm going to say only one of you can assist because having a bunch of random people randomly cough is going to raise.
Yeah, no. Okay, so you want to reroll that?
Reroll that. I'm gonna reroll that.
Go for it.
I have a +8 to the skill. Okay. There we go.
So I guess you sputter on the wine.
Yeah, so that
Sojin,
will be a success, so Jory can slip out without issue.
So makes a comment. I know the wine is a bit stronger than you expected, but
alright, I'm not used to dwarven spirits. This is an absolute lie, by the way. She comes from the cold north. She's had spirits like this all the time. She can literally speak dwarven.
No, for sure. Speaking of which, Iskander, it's your turn.
Yes. Okay, so remind me what your proposal was.
A cap of 15% of the merchant earnings.
You can roll mercantile lore for that.
Yeah, and we skim 2% off of her.
Okay.
And she can be the head of the town consortium.
Yeah. Well, it's that last part I'm not so sure about. When I don't know that I want her to be in charge of our entire town.
How do you want to argue that? Because you could just make that argument without that part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Iskander will make that argument without that last part.
Okay.
I will say that since you don't make that as part of it, that's going to give you a circumstance penalty because she really wants to be in control. So, but
I thought you were talking about when you said not talking about that. You could leave her in control, but not the exact numbers. That's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
Or perhaps, I could propose that she does have a consortium over the merchants here temporarily, and we can renew that if we agree to later on.
I mean, it's whatever you make, but remember, if you make a contract, she will hold you to it.
So,
so keep that in mind.
A 6-month
Understood.
contract or something, and then renew at a later date.
Well, yeah. So
In that case, I'm not going to argue for that. I'm just going to argue mercantilism without that and take the penalty.
yeah. So go
There
ahead and
we
make
go.
your roll. 23 effectively is going to be a success. So I believe
Nice.
that puts you to what, 6?
7.
7. That puts you to 7. So
Alright.
7 influence. All right. Another 15 minutes have passed. You have an hour and 15 minutes remaining.
How many do we have
Oh.
left?
To get the maximum result, you need 15.
Shit.
So Sojin, you're up.
Okay, just I don't think we'll be able to get to 15.
We might be able to get to 10.
We might be able to get to 10, so we could at least say.
Troyka, you're going to be next, so start thinking about what you'd like to do.
Okay, question.
You got a boss.
With the Fourtoes clan coming into play here.
How are you?
If I bring up the fact that she's not the only game in town, that we have other people who are more than willing to walk the line when it comes to keeping merchants in line and dealing fairly.
Well, we are currently heavily in debt to Brevoy. You can talk about that.
Yeah.
So if you want to try to threaten, you could attempt intimidation, because that may be an influence skill that you didn't discover yet.
All right. Now, ma'am, I don't want to sound too heavy-handed here, but we are currently in debt to Brevoy as just a standing. If you come in, working these merchants down, and everything goes kaput, you might be on the hook for some of that debt.
Okay. I'm gonna say that. Actually, it looks like that is not going to be enough. She basically counters by saying, "Well, it is a." Would you like to reroll?
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll that. Yeah, never mind.
Okay, so that won't be enough. She basically counters that, well, any debts that you have with another body is between you and them. I am only dealing with the other merchants. So that has nothing to do with me. Alright, Troyka, you're up.
Okay, so gleaming through the contracts, what sticks out to me?
The main thing is that the contracts, the contract basically offered a free ride for transportation from Numeria to here, and in exchange for an extremely high interest rate, and that the interest rate was basically like mixed in with a bunch of verbiage, basically word salad to basically hide the intent. But just to remind, you could lean against the like public perception of the Church of Asmodeus in the Riverlands to basically try to pressure her into backing down. Basically, anytime you lead that into your check, then that reduces difficulty by 2. Oh, and in fact, basically, it wasn't a very fair contract in the first place. Which Zarni may be able to argue with as
Religion.
that basically, exactly, because that goes kind of against what Asmodeus wants.
Okay.
She's gonna try and relay some of this, and also, what's the check for recall knowledge?
Well, it depends on what you're trying to recall. Like, what would you like to know?
She's recently been reading, like, she and Zarni have both recently been reading quite a bit on the different, like, demon lords. So could she potentially use that to come up with leverage of either how this ambition could be used, it could be either detrimental to Asmodeus or her own.
That is a possibility, and you could either roll demon, elemental lore, demon lore, or religion.
Now, did you mean that I could roll elemental lore?
No, I absolutely did.
Eh,
That actually is going to be enough. You
Wow.
actually remember. You don't know how you remember, but you remember that there is a demon lord that is heavily associated with fire, and demons and devils don't tend to work well together. So you could slip it into your ear that demon lord may have some influence in the region, which may make her less likely to act on that, to proceed with her plan. And when you do so, she seems rattled almost, and that's going to give you an influence. You have now unlocked elemental lore as an influence skill.
Yeah, she's going to even, like, very vaguest, like, things kind of rattling around the outside of her brain that she's, like, trying to find words for, but she'll mention that the, what was the name of the market?
The flesh market?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll kind of mention that the laws of the flesh market and the like, and that, yeah.
Yeah, and Zarni, you, this is knowledge that Troyka, as far as you know, shouldn't have.
No, she's curious, but she's also being
obviously
quiet
this
about
is-
that.
Yeah, obviously this is not the right time to bring it up, but alright, so she's rattled and you've gained another influence. So that's going to take us to Zarni.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do the religion and bring up Asmodeus and the legality of contracts.
Go for it.
Hell yeah!
Intimidation.
That is going to be a critical success, so you have 2 influence, and that brings us to 10 influence. And after you do so, the Nephilim seems stunned by your smooth words and will offer 3 months moratorium before collection. Additionally, diplomacy is reduced in DC by an additional 2. The diplomacy is now reduced by 4. Alright, so, Jory, what are you gonna do?
I'm going to reach up and knock on the back door.
Okay, and when you knock on the back door, the dwarf basically opens up the door. So I'm just moving the streamer eye so that I can actually... how many streamer eyes did you... There we go.
Enough where that it lit up the area for her.
Well,
Okay.
lit up the area for the people back home. I'm ignoring them.
Yeah.
Haha.
Alright, so the dwarf says, yeah, what do you want?
I I look up at him and say, well, apparently someone gave me the wrong information. They told me that my friends were here and that I should knock on the back door to join them.
Jory!
Oh, the other Baron. Come on in.
I'm going to have a talk with the person who told me this.
Yes, kind of like rolls onto his back and puts his feet in the air like, I'm innocent.
Alright, is there something you'd like to do, Jory, or...
No, I'm just going to casually watch everything that's going on because I'm not up to speed, and I'm going to spy out things that maybe I can steal later.
So, that's going to be Iskander's turn.
Alright. I'm not sure whether this is going to be an intimidation or deception check. Or something else, so just hear me out.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I hear that you work with the Church of Asmodeus. I have no personal grudges against such people, but I need you to understand that the people around here are good, brethren folk. People who have seen Lady Jamani's manor nearly burned to the ground by mad followers of your religion. It's going to take a lot of convincing the folk around here to buy from your stores, but we can do it. I'm here to help.
Ooh.
You could make a diplomacy check as well.
All right.
Yeah, if you're making diplomacy, the difficulty is reduced by 6. Because you're leaning into her weakness and the difficulty's already been decreased.
Oh yeah.
22.
Okay, so 22, that means... let's see, where is it? Ah, here it is. So 16. Alright, yep, that's going to be a success. So you are now up to 11 influence.
I was hoping for a critical success on that one.
You were
Ah.
close. You were close. Alright, so another 15 minutes. Sojin, you're up.
You know what? Now that I think about it, the Fourtoes very much run a lot of things in this in this area. I would say it'd be good if you maybe actually worked with them to parse the markets. Take it slow and low at first. Otherwise, maybe because you do not want to upset the people of these lands. You want to work with them to get the most out of them. You don't want to just run them over with high bills.
Okay.
I'm trying to be diplomatic about this.
Alright, go ahead and make your roll. That's going to be another success, which takes us to 12 influence. So, after you make your point, the Nephilim concludes, Avarice says, well, you do have a point. How about this? A moratorium for the rest of the year, and then we'll proceed with collection. Would that be enough?
How far into the year are we?
It is effectively March.
Oh, yeah.
Or, excuse me, May. Desnus is May.
So basically, little more than the 6 months I had proposed initially.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be enough? You could try to proceed a little further.
I have a question. If this is a moratorium for the full year, are you going to stack all of these monthly payments into one giant payment at the end of the year, or are you just not going to have any payments for the first year?
There will be no payments for the rest of the year, and then we'll proceed with the contract as signed.
Ah, okay. Thank you.
Of course. All right, and let me see. It is now Troyka's turn.
So, besides kind of picking out what she has so far, she's kind of extending her exploration to something that's not strictly limited to beneficial for this conversation. Oh, no, but we're like nearly at the end of this.
Well, what would you like to do?
She wants to extend her search of information within their documentation to other things involving... Okay, I'm just going to say it. She's looking for information on Illusionera.
You know what? You could attempt that. You could, since you're basically veering off to try to get some information, why don't you give me either a diplomacy or a society check to try to convince her to give some information, and then if you succeed, you can tell me what you would like to know.
Okay,
19 will be a success. You can ask one question, and she will answer it.
Troyka asks, in relation to your contracts and things you've signed here, many of them need to be... Many are kept ratified by a secondary or being kept at having a secondary document maintained. Where are you containing the other half of these?
The other is she lets slip that the other half of the document is actually stored in a safe within this building, and but then she quickly tries to retread back. And since I know you were interested in the Illusion Era, she mentions that that apparently something big is going on there, and that her contract leaders and basically the heads of her faith are trying to get information on it, but haven't been able to get anything. So something big is happening in a demon city named Elysionera. She just doesn't know what.
Probably those sitting close can see that like she like Troyka kind of like briefly touches where they're since the party's been traveling with her, they've probably been able to see that she has like a burn mark on her neck, and talking about this seems to kind of remind her of something.
Zarni kind of like does a shoulder nudge. Like
Sorry.
I'm here if you need, but we gotta focus.
Yeah.
But okay. So, Zarni, back to you.
1 second. Grumpy asked a question. I'm gonna.
Oh, how do I whisper? Oh,
/ W, and then you type in the name of the person.
Yep.
All right.
Just the first name. So for me, you could put Fiona.
Yep.
Or GM.
Or GM, yeah.
Any.
So, like, if you wanted to whisper to me, it would be / whisper or / W space, and then Astrid.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
No problem.
And now I gotta figure out what I was gonna do. I was gonna do a religion roll.
Okay. Make your roll.
I just don't remember what I was gonna say because I lost it.
It's totally fine. So that will not be a success. Would you like to reroll that? Go for it. That will be a success. So that brings us, I believe, to 12. 13. All right. I'm going to say that since we have so much time, I'm just going to say that you succeed fully. So we'll just skip the rest of the encounter. The party works together and argues avarice down, and eventually she finds herself completely bested and backed against the wall. So she sighs, brushes off her tunic, and says, I can see now that this village of yours, this barony, is not amenable to my contracts. It may be more trouble than it's worth, so she walks back, opens up a safe, and then pulls out a sheet of paper and hands it to the party. You may consider this contract null and void. I will dismiss it on the spot. Boys, looking to the orc and dwarf, come. We must make preparations. We'll send for runners to collect the goods that we did, I will remind, legally by contract have gained, to sell. And with that, she says, now I do believe that with our business concluded, you all may leave.
Before we do, you've done us a kind turn with this act. Is there anything that I could do for you?
I may approach you at some time when I can think of something, but at the moment, I wish to determine what our next move will be.
Of course.
You can tell that she's stewing. No need for a roll.
Yep. Best of luck in your ventures.
Shall we seal this on as a deal between our faiths?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Seal it as a deal between faiths. So, like,
Swear an oath?
yes, that's the phrase.
At this time, you have the contract. You may destroy it as you wish. Burning it, it is already bound with the magic of hell. So if you wish, you can burn it in a fire, and it will be null and void. It will not be supported by Aegeus any longer.
She
That
doesn't
should be
seem.
enough.
Avarice doesn't seem like, and this is me saying this out of character. She doesn't seem to be the oath-swearing type.
Yeah.
You know, someone who would swear upon the gods that she won't betray the faith that we've invested in.
Yeah, she's more likely to get you to swear an oath. She's not the one to make swear the oath.
Troyka's kind of like, who's holding the contract now?
Who took it out of her hand?
Sojin.
She's definitely like lingering by Sojin. Like, Sojin, I want to look at it. Sojin.
Sojin notices the attention and places it in her hands.
Yippee.
Yeah, better Sojin grabbed it than Zarni, because Zarni probably would have.
Immolated it instantly.
Whoosh!
Dramatic.
All right. So, what will the party do now? Because she's asking everybody to leave.
Oh, Zarni's
Yeah,
more
let's-
than
let's-
happy to pick up her pup and go.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We can leave. We can go.
Sojin looks to Jory. Now I know you came in through the back window there. Let's get going.
He meant
Wait,
door.
When you say
Window,
that-
door. Pirates are. Every door is a window to a pirate.
When you say that, Avarice immediately walks over and is walking towards the back door and sees the unlocked window.
Run! Run!
Thanks, boss. I give a whistle for my dog who
Traipses right through the house.
It probably bowls over Avarice.
Alright, so what will the party do now? And by the way, everybody gain a hero point.
We need to start moving out to work on the quest for the druid.
Yeah.
or something
Is
like
it
that.
possible we could stay in the settlement for a day? I want to trade out my composite longbow for a short bow.
I mean, it'll take us probably a day to get the supplies he needs anyway.
Yep.
Or alternatively, I could just leave it here and we could pick it up on the way back. Or, you know.
I mean,
Because
if you dropped it off this morning, it'll be ready by morning tomorrow.
Y'all good with that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Does the party wish to report your success to the merchants?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Oh, definitely.
We
go
should burn the contracts in front of them as proof.
That's actually pretty good.
Well, real quick, I know that Troyka wanted to look at the letter, so what
Yes.
are you looking for?
Again, she's just looking for information.
You can roll a
Something in her mind is like there's going to be information on like signing houses and like if this is it, where these sorts of things are like ratified, where information is going to be stored. So her brain is just kind of rattling around with information.
Would it be helpful if Zarni helped?
Well, I think for this one, this definitely should be something that Troyka does.
Okay.
Troyka, when you look it over, you don't find any such information because it seems that this was indeed one ambitious woman's personal pet project. She saw an opportunity, tried to jump for it, and apparently a gang decided to negotiate her out of it. However, you do find something of note. You do find information about Elysionera, about Demon Lords, and specifically about the Demon Lord Nocticula, and effectively you have now gained Demon Lore as a skill.
Ooh.
Pog.
Additionally, you now may... let me see. 1 second, I need to look something up real quick. And Sorry, I'm just looking at one thing. Okay, here we go. So, you also now have gained the ability to cast Summon Fiend, but only to summon an imp.
Holy
This
shit,
is-
I have a spell.
Yeah, so you can add that to. I would put that in under focus spells because effectively it's a once per day for you. But you can cast Summon Fiend, but only to summon in the imp.
Well, if you ask me, that's quite impressive.
Shut up! Oh my god, I knew it was coming the moment I fucking knew it was coming.
And the fighter dies.
At least that imp with a
Is that
limb.
Rock's music? And then rocks fall on the party.
No, better yet, Yev jumps on the fighter and just goes boom. Yeet.
Yeet, Jeff, yeet.
But real quick, the party, for gaining the best result for this quest, the merchants agree, are very thankful for getting them out of the Gaius and out of the contract. And for doing so, and for getting the best result, the next time the party builds a general store in a village or town, basically any settlement in the future, they will cover half of the resource point cost.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Or you could gain half the resource point you spent on your previous general store and add it to your resource points for your next kingdom turn. Your choice.
Yay!
honestly, I think I prefer that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody make a notation that you can look up general store and we'll add that to your total next turn.
I can check
Alright.
that right now.
Yeah, please do.
It's just 8 RP, so it's just 4 RP in total.
Yeah, so you gain an additional 4 RP for your next kingdom turn.
Yep.
And is the party going to sleep in for the rest of the day? Nothing else that you wish to do for today?
Correct.
Yep, just trading in the bows.
Okay. So, that night...
And also just talking to Jod, I guess.
Jod is ready and prepared, and he will gather up his things and come with you to pursue the quest. But that night, Troyka, or excuse me, Iskander,
Mhm.
you feel when you're sleeping, you feel the weight of that holy symbol as if it's on your chest. Like, do you sleep with it around your neck or no?
Let's see. No, she wouldn't. Unless, well, she's trained in religion, so if it's a tenet that she should, then she would. If not, then she wouldn't.
No, they don't have any such tenet, but you do feel the weight of it as if it was around your neck. And when you waken up, you do feel like almost as if Milani herself is pleased with you. And when you awaken, you find next to your bed a set of horseshoes. And specifically, the horseshoes then floats up into the air and disappears, and you can feel that they have been that Yildrim already has these installed onto his hooves.
Lacquerous horseshoes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Ignore the M. It's just that.
There was
Let's
an
see.
M.
No, there was no M. That was my mistake.
14.
Ah,
Some of that. Horseshoes.
Let's see.
Oh! Wow! That's for 340 gold. Jesus. Okay.
It's okay. So
Basically,
What
Yildrim
did
gains an additional 5 speed and a +2 bonus to athletics checks to jump. Additionally, when it leaps, it goes 5 feet further than it ordinarily would.
and 3 feet higher.
It's jumping vertically. Jesus Christ.
That means he has an 18-foot vertical leap.
18 foot. Hold on, I gotta find a gif.
Anyways. Okay. Cool.
I knew exactly where I was going with that.
Actually, I did actually forget about something, but when Iskander first became a cavalier, I don't know if she made a specific pledge, but I suppose at this point that she would make a pledge towards Milani and towards her own kingdom. So
Okay.
she effectively has to follow the tenets of Milani's religion, or of Milani's tenets, as though she were a priest or priestess of that goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Excellent work, by the way.
thanks.
Excuse me. Ooh, God, that sucked.
I feel that because I did a dumb. I had the berry ghost heart from Lofty Pursuits, and then I immediately took a chug of my black cherry citrus fresca.
What those
that
are?
sounds awful.
It's a simple sugar candy that
Yeah.
that are very clear but flavorful, and they react poorly to fizzy stuff.
Uh-huh. Which is why earlier
It's
on
so
my stream
fizzy
I had a
looking
very
drink.
disgusted expression. Lesson learned. Don't do that.
Yep.
Yeah, because that sounds bad. But with that said, the next day, what will the party do?
We're gathering and heading to the temple. Yep.
Okay, so let's go ahead. And by the way, it is now Fire Day the 12th, and let me just take you back out to the map. Boop 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 boop. So,
Fire Day, good day to burn some contracts.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you're not wrong.
We
So the party, where would you like to go? And I need somebody first of all to roll a random. Actually, do we want to take a small break first?
yeah.
Yes, please.
I would. I actually need to grab my laundry.
Okay.
Yep.
The temple is 11 or 16.
The temple is 6, I believe, but I will double check that.
GB6.
Yep.
Okay, I'll be back.
So probably do that route. Go through the berry patch, through the old boar's hut.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
Basically, it'll
right
be
back.
a 2-day journey.
Yep.
A 2-day
But
journey
also-
and then you'll need 3 days, and then 2-day journey back.
Yep. So also, when Astrid gets back, we need to ask her to do her weather check.
That's true.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah. All right. So.
So,
I have to use the restroom. I'll be
Blasty.
right back.
Okay.
Is Blasty back on yet? No.
Please.
Okay.
Okay.
Blasty. Jory, I know you came in through the back window. Door.
Like, Blasty. Like, no wonder you quit being a pirate.
Yeah.
Like I was like, really? Really? I was laughing so hard. Oh my god.
Hey, at least Jory covered it when he came in the door, saying somebody told me to go to the wrong door, apparently.
Like, oh my god. Like, so
Okay,
Jory has a comment. Go ahead.
I am never trusting you with secrets again, Blasty. You came in through the back window door.
Okay, I'll shut up.
No, I mean we're picking on you, but like I had the same reaction. I was like, really? Like, Blasty, I love you, but what the
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. It's funny, but it's just really funny. It's just really funny.
It's part of gameplay. I mean,
Yeah, it's just really funny.
mouths get us in trouble all the time. It's not unusual.
It's not.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my god! Like again, it's totally fine, but but I do feel contractually obligated to tease you.
That's fine.
Oh, is everybody picking on my boyfriend?
It's deserved, though.
It's because he outed Jory for coming in through the window.
And like I was like, no, honestly, what got me was that earlier was like, look, I know you expect us to attack you. I was like, are you really gonna open it with that? Oh my god.
And this is why Zarni has her own little hut as far away from everyone as possible.
That's why Jory stays at his cousin's.
That way she can punish.
Sorry for the wait. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, he gets punished pretty often.
Alright, let me switch the screen back.
But yeah, honestly, Blasty, you're a treasure. I think just
Yes.
letting you know.
You are an absolute treasure, and I adore you, and I'm sorry I tease you so much.
It's okay.
Well, as I keep telling everybody, if I don't tease you, I don't care.
That's true.
Amen.
If Grumpy don't be teasing you, he don't like you. Run.
I can just imagine the panicked look on Jory's face as soon as you said that.
Alright, is everybody back?
I'm back.
Yeah,
I'm back.
So we're
Alright,
missing Dot then.
yep. So when Dot gets back, we can continue.
Cool. So I'm staying on top of my laundry for once. Woo!
So am I.
Same here.
I'm actually folding mine.
Yeah, like as soon as stream's done, I'm gonna fold mine.
Oh, I don't fold. I put almost all of my clothes on hangers, and those that I don't go in baskets.
Mm-hmm.
Mine are just folded minimally and put in drawer.
In?
Yeah.
In? I saw your
I
dresser.
did the laundry. It is on the
Okay.
floor.
Those are my shirts that get
Also,
used.
Maggie is here.
That's my rotation of like
She
common
woke up
shirts.
the moment that you
Okay.
came back.
That's the stuff
Okay.
that's like being
Also,
worn
I'm
like
in the middle of Pathfinder.
every other
I'm on
day.
break right now,
They
so
get washed, put on top.
Okay, Blasty, imagine this. Standard t-shirt. Folded into a 6-inch square fitting in your drawer.
Yeah, those are
How many of them can you get in there?
depends on the size of the drawer, but about 16.
I get a lot more than that in mine.
I have a small ass dresser.
Yeah. His dresser is smaller than yours, Dad.
That's okay. It just goes better when they're folded neatly.
Oh yeah, but
You're
when you have
also
stuff-
military man can fold anything.
Mhm.
my stuff is just sitting there being, okay, this is gonna be used, so it's gonna be put back on anyway. So it's constant rotation.
Anyway, are we all back?
Dottie
I am.
back?
Nope.
Nope.
Also, hello, Carvosh.
Hey, Carbosh.
Hey, Carvash.
I just leave mine in a pile in my apartment until I have energy to fold them and put them away. I feel that.
You know, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
High rat energy.
Yes.
Well, it's a mindless thing I do when I'm multitasking.
Yeah.
Usually it involves a rum and coke, but not tonight.
No. Please no.
I want the seams to be straight.
I can make that noise too, Einstein.
You can't scream like him.
I take that as a challenge.
Please
No.
Come on, baby. Come on. Up on the bed. Or, follow Mom down the hallway. Little troublemaker.
Troyka?
Meow. Did Dot fall?
Well, I need to put away dishes, so I'll be right back. I'm going to check on that. Back.
They can't see. The camera's pointed this way.
Oop.
Boop, boop. He is not a camera cat.
Not a camera kitty.
We're down.
Oh no. In a basket.
Mm-hmm. Bip, 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 bip. Bip, bip, bip.
Singing on delay is amusing.
Yeah. Bip. Good boy. Okay. You're in play mode.
I kind of riled him up a bit.
Yeah, it's okay.
Of course you did.
Biff, 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 biff. Biff, biff, biff.
You should have seen my dad with our old cat.
Oh, God.
She'd be sleeping on the back of the chair, and he'd walk by and just totally scratch and ruffle and rub her tummy, and goes, "It's hassle time."
Okay, Dot will be along in just a moment, so do we want to just get started?
Sure.
Seeing that we're just traveling, yeah.
Okay, so I need somebody to roll d20 to see if we get a random encounter.
I'll do it.
First, I was gonna say, don't you want to do your weather check first?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. Go for it.
Ignore those rolls.
I don't think that we should.
And that's... Which ability was that again? Sorry.
Weather sense.
Survival, I think, for yours.
Yeah.
But you'll have to check.
Predict weather.
All right, so
That-
go ahead and make your.
Hi.
Survival.
15.
22.
Okay, on a success. So thankfully the rain has stopped, but it is still going to be a relatively cold day for the next 24 hours. So basically, it's going to be important that you find someplace warm and dry when you camp down for the night.
Okay.
But the weather will continue to be mild, so basically no real rains for at least the next 24 hours.
Okay. All right, now can I make my random roll?
No, I think we're gonna stick with what you got.
Which
Yeah,
one?
we got it. You got a
Ha-ha!
19.
So, let's see what we have. So
Because I accidentally rolled it twice.
we go with the first one. Nice
The
try.
first.
Whoa!
All right.
Why'd you drop
where
a
is it?
lake in the middle of the forest?
What?
I don't know.
Oh, I did this.
Yeah, don't
Huh.
do that.
That is a lake.
Oh.
Oh, we can see that.
Meow.
You know, I'm.
The Mifflets
No.
again.
We're not even. No, you know what? No, I don't want to deal with midfoots again.
Oh, come on! It
I'm-
would be fun! They see us, they run!
Yes.
This would be a very simple encounter.
Actually, no. You know what? We can actually work with this. So I'm going to actually keep it. So, show me where the party goes and on your journeys.
Okay, so plan is this straight
Mhm.
up across,
So GB 18.
which is the berry patch, if I remember correctly.
Yep. I believe that's correct. I can look that up real quick. GB18 is.
Yep, Fangberry Cave.
Yep, the thicket, yeah.
And then we go,
Into GB12.
which is the old den of
Lair.
yeah,
Yeah.
Tusk's lair.
Zarni spits on where he died.
I don't know why you have such a grudge against that thing.
You thought you could kill me. Haha.
You thought you saw the last of me, but I survived.
All right, and then we bed down for the night here.
Yes, you do bed down, and let me see. Where's the map for Tuskgutters? Because I thought I restored it. Did I make it an encounter?
Probably.
Here it is. Yeah, that's where it was. So, the party beds down and makes camp for the day in Tuskgutter's lair, close to Tuskgutter's lair. And I will put you back in the region in just a moment. But while you're doing that, Jod basically, as I mentioned, was traveling with the party and is getting ready to basically help you with like the ritual. So Jod was basically helping you with the ritual to cleanse the Temple of the Elk.
Mhm.
And once you arrive there, then you have a little bit of time to basically camp up and prep what you're going to be doing that day once you arrive. But as you arrive at Tuskgutter's lair, I need who is actually in charge, basically, of keeping watch while you're traveling.
I guess Sojin.
Okay.
I'm evade perception.
Is who's helping? Basically, which of you are helping? Because remember, somebody's going to need to find a safe place to camp. Because obviously, it's going to be a cold night, so you need to find like a warmer spot. Or basically, who's in charge of the survival check to find like a safe, warm enough trees and kindling, basically, to make a safe spot for you.
I
Right.
can try.
I'd say you'll
Well,
dream.
I have a 7. Where's everyone else at?
7.
9 for survival.
No, I think we know who is doing it.
Plus, she also gets a bonus.
Yep.
To it right now. Anyway.
Well, I don't think. Yeah. Okay. Basically, here's what I'm asking. There are 3 things that the party can be doing. The party could be. We need people who are keeping watch. people who are looking for safe spots, basically like warm, comfortable places. And if you want to avoid using up your own food supply, somebody to hunt. You don't have to because you bought plenty of supplies, and it's a short trip though. So who's doing what?
I'll take watch.
I'll find a spot.
Right? What would Troyka do?
I guess supplies?
Okay. And
Supplies, motherfucker.
shut up.
Classic.
So, is anybody doing anything outside? So, who is helping out with those? Because Troyka's in charge of looking for supplies, and who's? I think Zarni is in charge of looking for basically a comfortable place to sleep, right?
Sojin's assisting with that.
Okay. And who's keeping watch? I think
I volunteered.
Okay.
I suppose that Iskander can help with that.
With keeping watch.
Mhm.
Okay,
And also, can Yodrum help with finding the spot? He has a survival 10, but I don't know if he's smart enough to know that.
No, he's smart enough to find a comfortable place for himself. This is
Understood.
basically for the people.
Mhm.
So we're going to start with looking for some food. So that's going to be Troyka. I'm going to give you a +2 because basically, since you do have tremor sense, you basically have a good feel for fertile soil. So you know that that's where most likely you can find some berries and things. So you can either roll survival or perception with a +2.
Do survival +2 because I think that's all.
Wait, real quick. Are you Earth aspected?
I am.
Then you can roll elemental lore as well.
Yippee! We're doing that.
All right, go for it. 14, that goes up to 16. That will be enough for success. So you find enough foods and berries.
Get what I'll give you, and you'll like it.
You find enough fruits, berries, and edible roots that the party does not have to dig into their supplies for the day. And Sojin can attempt a cooking check to make it nice.
Sweet, we'll do that I shall do that cooking lore check right now.
Yeah, go ahead and do that now. Okay, it's actually tasty too.
Got them tuber stews.
Exactly. All right. So, with that, next up, we're going to be the survival checks. So, who's helping with the survival check?
Sojin.
Sojin, go ahead and roll your survival. Difficulty is that's a critical success, so you're going to get +2 to your check, Zarni.
Okay.
+3 because it's.
All right, so that'll be a 20. So, Zarni, you find a comfortable spot. So the party will not have to make a fortitude save for basically any negative effects.
Woohoo!
Sweet.
Finally, lookout. So, who?
That was
Iskander,
me.
roll your perception check, if you please, just to assist.
Can my horse assist with perception, by the way?
Yes, you can.
Yes. My horse actually has better perception than I do. So let me just roll that really quickly.
Which is true in real life, too.
They have the right eyes for perceiving.
All right, that's going to be a +4 to Zori's check. Actually,
Nice.
Yeah, +4.
+6 because of your ability for helping.
Nice.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
going to be a 23. So, the party was camping down and getting ready to make some food when, Jory, you detect 3 figures on horseback that seem to have been tailing the party in the past half hour or so.
Hey guys, we're being followed.
Mhm.
3 horses with riders.
We've got excellent eyes.
Say hello.
What do you think we ought to do about them? I think that we should just, if possible, maybe hide ourselves along the road. Maybe tomorrow in the morning. pretend as though we're going further along, and surprise them. I don't know if we should attack them, but we should at least surprise them if they're following us.
I could set an alarm trap to surprise them when they trip it.
Okay,
Mm.
good call.
Mm-hmm.
You do have the alarm trap, so you can make a stealth check to basically hide it.
Okay.
19, okay. So, that'll be a 19 to check the hide. Now, that evening, who's on first watch?
I don't mind.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, is Sojin on first watch as well, or second?
Yes. I'm first.
Okay. And everyone else will be on second watch. So,
Yep.
First watch passes without incident. Second watch. What are you in the middle of making, Troyka?
She's going to make like little miniatures of Avarice and some of the other people that we met today.
Okay. And you can make a craft check. Or elemental lore.
Well, we've been doing crafting stuff. Well, I mean, would it be easier to do elemental lore?
It would be. Okay. You do an exceptional job on your check, but there's a little something different about it. And it occurs to you that you make, for some reason, you felt compelled to make a version of yourself that has kind of a more manic and almost like spitefully willful expression on her face. And who has similar powers, seems to be wielding like fire, like in the middle of throwing a bolt of flame, and you're not sure what that's all about. Because as soon as you concentrate on it, like you can see it in your mind's eye, and Troyka can see it as well. The figure crumbles, almost as if something is forcing it out of being crafted. Odd.
I appear to have
And-
tried to execute an illegal action.
Was that the miniature of the Nephilim?
No,
Of
that was
Atlas?
of Troyka.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried doing a self-portrait and it came out fucked up and weird.
How about the Avarice mini?
The average
that
mini
fine?
came out fine. There's no issues with that one. So, that night, though, before you can really discuss it, you hear an alarm that wakens everyone. And I'm going to go ahead and take you to the map. So, you hear an alarm, and the alarm is coming from the south part of the map, through the woods. And it's loud enough that the party wakes up. So anybody who has armor is not wearing it, obviously, because you can't really wear armor, unless it's comfortable. So,
Even if it's
It's all leather.
yeah, if it doesn't have the comfy tag, then you can't really wear it without issue while you're sleeping, I believe.
But you're on watch, so you're fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're on watch, so you have your armor on.
Cool. Okay.
But
Also, quantity. You have 0 quantity of that weapon.
Whoops. I forgot to change that.
so I need to turn that down just a hair. There we go.
Also, remember, you two also have 2 sleep arrows that you have at your disposal.
It's
Well, who has them?
it's the green arrow, like arrow with
Knockout.
a boxing glove at the end of it.
Yes.
Mm.
The night glove.
Yeah, it's the arrow that makes you sleep.
So, I need everybody to, if you please, roll initiative.
Neat.
Just to keep things organized.
Jory is just not rolling well for initiative.
Yay! I rolled something lower than a 20.
I know somebody who's just thinking, "Welcome to the club."
What
I wonder who that could be.
Oh, I didn't roll too badly today. Oh!
Oh no!
Ariana Grande has entered the building. I mean...
All right, so I think everybody's rolled.
Mhm.
Okay, so obviously everybody except for Troyka and Iskander are like bedded down and sleeping. So you're going to start off prone, but Troyka and Iskander, were you on your mounts or are you?
Yes.
Where are you? Like you can put yourself anywhere on the top half of the map.
All right. I'll say that I'm like hidden in a copse of trees.
I don't think these are any. I don't think any of these are my horse.
Lashad.
Oh wait, yeah, it is. I'm fucking blind.
No, it's
You mean the horse called horse?
I mean, I'm literally. Okay, actually, I say that and then realize I actually am literally blind.
So now that we got that organized, you suddenly hear a voice that seems familiar to you, Troyka, but you can't quite place why, and you hear the voice call out, "Where are you, duelist? I know you're not the real one.
Okay,
Come out here!"
All right, well, that gets her attention. It just immediately is like, oh, hold on. Looking for a duelist, you say, and she just steps into the middle of the fucking road.
Of course.
All right. Well, on your turn. Then the figure basically draws a weapon and takes the rest of the action to disentangle the trap from the horse's hooves, and that will end their turn. His turn. Iskander, you're up.
If I remember correctly, they're right where that pitfall used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I assume they would have been covered up by now.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been well over a month.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's naturally filled in. Yeah, you're right.
Iskander's she's gonna stay where she is, and she's just gonna shout back at them. Who goes there? I am Iskander Bay of the Spalek. And I demand to know why you are following our party.
Because you walk with a foul one. You walk with a demon. I saw it. I saw her. That is not the real one. The real one is gone, disappeared, taken. Taken when I meant to kill her in her sleep.
I've sworn an oath to protect her, and she has sworn an oath to me. I will let no harm come to her.
Troyka kind of looks at like the others at the party, just kind of gives them the kind of like I have no idea what they're talking about kind of shrug.
All right.
So you see, Sojin just sits up, shrugs, finally gets up, and just like,
so it is now Sojin's turn.
doesn't matter who you were, who you are now is a friend and one I protect. He casually just walks out of the cave and points his rapier at them. Well then, if there's a fight you want, the fight you'll get. And there's a no wait, does it have a range? Okay, yeah, no.
Yeah,
A little bit too far.
Yeah, that little too far. He's actually then instead just gonna chuck
Ooh.
the skunk bomb.
Oh dear lord,
Oh no.
that's aggressive.
All right, so
Is your arm good enough to get it there?
I mean, it'll be at a penalty, but it's got a 30-foot range, right?
Yeah.
Let me see.
It's 30 or 60.
No, it's 30 for a thrown, but let me check. Okay, so a thrown weapon. Okay, so you can attempt to attack with a ranged weapon or thrown weapon up to 6 increments away, but it's just harder the further you go. So,
Alright. I'll roll my crossbow for the 21.
okay, so you're aiming at him.
I was more or less just in the middle of them.
Well, you have to declare where you're aiming
Oh.
because that matters.
Okay, so I am.
Like if you're not aiming at them and you're just going for a general
Yeah,
spot.
I'll go right here, aiming at this guy here, the closest of the three.
Okay. So what's the range on that?
The bow itself is a 60.
Oh, you're firing with your bow.
Right.
Okay. So 60, and what's the range between you and him?
65.
That's 65.
65? Okay. So basically, you're going to be at a -2 penalty. So what did you roll?
21.
That will hit. So that will do 2 damage as the bow flies true and strikes him in the chest. And
no, it does 2d4 poison damage, and then 8 2.
You have to use
wait,
range
wait,
increment.
hold on.
You have to use range increment for the thrown weapon. Then that'll be 30 feet.
So that'll be a -4. So that'll be 17, which will still hit. So it'll still hit. All right. So in that case, I have to make a
Fortitude save.
Fortitude save. Okay.
The DC is 17.
17. Okay. I'm fine.
But yeah, there's still splash damage, so the other guys get hit.
Yep. So that'll be 2 poison splash damage. Well, it'll be 6. Yeah, it'll be 2 poison splash damage, hitting him and the horse.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
And they stink.
Well, yeah.
They
Sure.
stinky now. Time for the tomato juice.
Is there anything else that you wish to do?
That's 3 actions.
Okay.
You'll have to get up, walk over there, and then throw.
All right. So, the figure here is going to make a action to command the horse. So the horse is going to move up, and then is going to. What do I wish to do? Let me see. What's the range on that? 30 feet. So, do I need to get closer? Yeah, I would need to get closer. Okay, so in that case, the horse will use both actions to get move up, and then they will raise up their arms and use an ability that seems similar to basically they raise their arms and waves it in a way that is similar to how Troyka activates her abilities, except this one summons up the ground as a tree suddenly sprouts up and falls over, attempting to hit Yildren, Iskander, and Sojin. So,
And
so you 3 need to make a reflex save.
Okay.
Oi, you're trying to use my moves!
Oh, and it has to be within 15 feet, so let me just figure that out. Okay, so I have to get a little closer, so let me just do that. So,
yeah, no, we're good. We dodged that fucker.
Well, remember, you still take half damage unless you get a critical success. So it looks like that
Yildren.
Okay, so how does...
You need to get 10 above the difficulty to get
right, now I'm saying, how does...
Basically, you take...
No, it only increases AC. Doesn't help with reactions like this.
Yeah. So, that doesn't help here, but basically you each take 3 bludgeoning damage as a tree you narrowly dodge a tree.
Gotcha.
Alright. And that's going to be it for him. Zarni, you're up.
Yep.
Remember, you are currently lying on the ground.
Oh yeah, she's gonna get up.
Alright, that's 1 action.
And let me check something.
Sudden bull his ass. Sudden bull his ass.
Oh hell no. I'm not gonna do that. I am going to shoot him.
Okay. So you you stand up, ready your weapon, and shoot, and you manage to get a hit for 6 points of damage.
Yep.
And that's it for you.
No.
No, remember, you had to get your weapon ready. You didn't sleep with
Oh.
your weapon in hand.
Okay.
So, that's it for you. Troyka, you're up. And by the way, I'll put your little note. You can hear the noise, but obviously they're currently outside of your range. But I will put that so that you can see. There you go.
So she's going to first kind of step out, but mostly stay within the trailing. It's this guy, right?
Yeah, and you hear them shout out, my lord, there she is! There's the demon spawn!"
She kind of steps out and, like, at first, her steps are a little bit more uneven just because she doesn't know what she's looking for, but then as soon as she kind of, like, gets within 30 feet, she steps out and very loudly just kind of barks, like, what kind of honorless cur tries to sneak up on a blind woman? Points her sword at him and says that if you've fallen so low to abandon your tradition, then I will cut you down here, but on my honor as a duelist, I will give you one last chance to spare yourself. She challenges him, and I'm going to make an intimidation check.
Go for it.
So basically, I can either we'll either all take turns beating the shit out of you, or we can do this formally. It's your call.
Okay. Let me see. Looking at the they are intimidated, so they are frightened 1. And you hear a voice call out, Troyka! No, excuse me. They say your name is Troyka now. I do not believe it. I believe that you're a demon spawn. I saw when I meant to kill you, I saw Troyka taken away by demons.
She,
You cost me my station. It is your fault that I am no longer a duelist of the outdoor, because you had to have demons save your life.
Well, that would explain a few things.
I sent you a PM real quick, Fee.
Yep.
Even if it did, she's still our companion.
You are not Ilya.
She kind of, like, pauses for a moment, and she, like, looks down at the like shackle that's still stuck to her, and she just kind of raises her sword one last time. It says like, last chance. You want to die as a duelist, or you want to die as a bandit?
He actually calls out, "Come to the south, and I will gladly face you while my minions take on yours, demon."
Well, she'll abide by that.
I'm now a minion?
I'm a minion too.
Banana.
Alright, so Jory, you're up.
Oh, hold on, I have one more move action.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. What else are you gonna do?
She gets right up to him and is like, "Okay, fancy pants, get off your horse. Let's do this.
I am down here to the south.
I'm next to you."
No. That's one of his minions.
Okay, in that case, then yeah, she
Yeah,
makes her way over, and then she kind of does the, like, Bane meme where she does, like, the wide arms.
Nice. Okay, so Jory, you're up.
Jory's gonna command his dog to run up to this schmuck, and he's gonna mace him.
Alright, so you spend one action to command, one action to get your weapon ready, and one action to mount onto Arf, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, then you don't remember, you weren't on the second watch, so you'd have to get up first.
Oh, okay.
No, I thought he was on the second watch.
No,
he was on
No,
our.
you was our first watch this time.
Alright.
Well, in that case, that will make me go here and wait. Now, where's my character?
It's underneath. It's right here. It's underneath the horse's head.
There you go. Okay. So then the other one, he's going to command his horse, and he's going to say, "Boss, my lord, do you want me to take her out?" And he calls out, "No, that one is mine. I will prove that I am better than a demon. You go kill the others." And with that, he will order his horse forward. And he is, let me see, that's 40, so he'll have to use both actions to get up to you. The horse is going to move up, and then the bodyguard is going to swing down his great club to try to clip Jory. That's a miss. And the second action is going to be an intimidation check. And this, come on, dude. All right.
You know, for somebody so tall and sitting on a big horse, you're not very scary.
So, Timlin is going to move in, and as long as nobody attacks, he's going to engage Troyka in a duel. So, basically, I'll handle everybody else's turn, and then we'll do ours. Okay? So, Iskander, what do you do?
Alright. Iskander's, the first thing that she's going to do is she's actually going to shout at these two. This one and this one. Get off your horses and lay down your arms. This isn't about you. Can that be an intimidation check?
You can attempt it. I'm going to say -2 because for reasons that you don't know yet.
Understood.
21. So let me see. The bodyguard has. That's going to be enough to frighten one, and the grande is. That's going to be enough to make them frightened 2.
Wow.
All right.
Alright. Well, Iskander is just going to use her second action to urge on her horse to charge. So, one action to move forward. Then attacking with the whatchamacallit, hooves.
Oh.
And is it possible?
Who is that targeting?
I'd like Yildrim to attack the rider, but I'm not sure if that's possible.
I mean, it's possible.
Yes,
Given as high as your horse can jump, he can attack anything.
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah. Is this a? That's true too. Is this a attempted kill shot?
I'm not attempting to kill.
Okay.
But frankly, if this is a knockout, I'd like to roll a dice to see whether or not they survive.
All right, make a d20 check because that one collapses down to the ground. Dead. And what else will you do with the rest of your turn?
There's nothing else I can do at the moment.
One move action. No, wait, that's your horse move action.
Oh, what is that noise?
That's Grumpy.
It's my ice machine.
Okay.
Your what?
Ice.
Machine.
Okay, so the horse immediately is going to start bolting from the scene.
Yep.
All right, so I guess that's it for you then?
Yep. I have one more action, but, I'm on a horse?
All right.
You can still shout at somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, right. In that case, I'm going to just shout at this guy. Just going to shout at them again. I said, lay down your arms or die.
All right, that's going to make him intimidated, frightened 2.
Cool.
All right. The gardener is dead, so I will remove them from initiative. Zarni, you're up.
Quick question. I did send you a message.
Let me check. I don't see it. Oh, is it in Roll20?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So basically, summon Fae. So, you can summon level 1 or level -1 Fae. Basically, level 1, 0, or -1.
Okay. In that case, yeah. do this one. I'm going to go ahead and do Summon Fae.
Alright, what are you summoning?
No.
A Vex Git.
What? What is it called?
Vex Git. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong.
Is it VEX?
Yep.
Okay. Is that from? Let me
That
look it
is
up.
legacy content.
I mean, that's like.
If
Wait,
that's
hold on.
okay.
Wait.
Look at that.
You did summon Fae, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Fae.
What level is that?
That's a level 1 creature.
It's a level 1.
Oh, it has to be. You have to use the list from the spell. So here, that one. But let me look that up. P2E Vex Git is that?
It's on there. It's listed on that list.
Oh, okay, and that's
It's after
bestiary
Nixie.
too. Oh, okay, I missed that. All right, I don't have that one, so I'll just put a token down. You'll just have to
Yep.
roll as
Not
best
a
you can.
problem.
But okay, so it has 2 actions immediately. So what? Just use your streamer eyes as that for now.
Yeah,
if you don't mind.
yeah. Not a problem. Okay, give me 1 second. Actually, I could just put the sprite down since.
Oh, that works, and then you just hard roll whatever it's going to do.
Yeah.
So,
Can I drink it?
What?
The Sprite.
No.
all right. So, what will the Vex Git do?
Okay. Vexkit is gonna. Oh, and my monitor. Give me a second.
Troyka, you're going to be next. So basically, you and I are going to be going.
There we go.
I'll handle everybody else. I'll handle everybody else's
Just
roll
for a
first.
reference, basically this is a variant on the Rust Beast. If you want to think about it.
Okay, so I'm trying to figure this out. Rusting Grasp.
Okay, so frequency once per hour against a creature or unintended object. Okay, so what are they attempting to attack?
Gonna attack the dude on the horse.
Okay, well, okay. So
Grabbing his sword.
make a D20 plus 9.
D20 plus 9, which would be 18.
18, that will hit. So that's going to do 1d6 damage.
Okay.
To a metal item the target is wearing or holding.
1.
Okay.
And
So you can do that to his great club or his studded leather armor. Basically, you're damaging the item.
Ooh, armor.
Okay. So some of the buckles on the armor are breaking down, and since it's 2 action, that's going to be it.
Okay.
All right. So Troyka,
don't I still have a turn?
No, that's a 2 action. Because remember, you summoning a Fae is a 3 action, so you use all of your actions to make a creature, and it has 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. This is the first time you've summoned.
In a while.
Yeah. Troyka. For this turn, we're just going to use our initiatives as is. So you see the figure approached and is within your range. What do you do?
She pretty much says she like goes into like first position for salute, and then kind of lists off the conditions she's expecting: competing alone, swords only, to surrender or to death.
Gladly, until surrender or to death.
If I win, you will tell me everything you know about who I am.
Very well. And if I win, And he says nothing more, as if he didn't think this far ahead. Like, you almost get the feeling that in his madness, he's been focused solely on your destruction.
Troyka briefly like, do you want to kill me or what?
I won my honor back!
Okay.
You don't get it, but
Whatever you say,
people.
Troyka in the back of her mind, like, you should talk to my mom. I don't know who you are.
All right. So we'll do our initiative for the actual duel in just a moment. It is now Jory's turn.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, this duel is happening right in front of me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
But you have a guy on a horse in your way, and you don't want to interfere with the duel.
Is the guy on the horse the duelist?
No.
No, he's not.
Oh, well.
The guy who's
That's
dueling
okay.
is the one down here in the red.
The guy on the horse, you can beat the fuck up.
Okay. If that's
You can
the
mug
case,
his horse.
then- and I want to mug the guy as I do it.
Okay. So that is going to hit as you smack him in the with your mace for 4 points of damage.
Whoo!
All right. And you do manage to somehow hop up and reach into his pocket, and you take a coin pouch which has some 8 silver coins in it.
I'll inspect it later.
Well, yeah, I'm just telling you now, so I don't have to remember.
So am I now on the horse behind him?
You know what?
God.
Give me an athletics check to see if you can hop on and like get onto the horse. Well, athletics, not acrobatics.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. You're on top of the horse now.
that's my second.
Yep. And then
He is now grappled.
Well, no, because you didn't manage to get a hold of him with a grapple.
Oh, okay. Well, still.
But, you're on the horse. So, boom. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to.
layer that right.
Yeah, let me do that. There we go.
Hey,
Okay. All right. So this is getting silly, but now on his turn, he is still frightened too. So I'm going to take -2 to my check. But he is first going to try to shove you off with a. So this is against your Fortitude DC. So I take -2. Don't even bother looking. It's fine. Then he will attempt to intimidate you back. -2 my check. Not even close. And then he will swing his great club to try to hit you. He is now frightened. He is now frightened 1. So that was a whole lot of nothing. All right.
Yep.
Top of
The great antagonist.
Top of the turn. The duelists, Timbaland and Troyka. We can make initiative checks, and remember, you can use intimidation, deception, or perception. So, click on your character and reroll. I'm going to go with intimidation.
I'm rolling perception because it is still somehow my highest of the bunch.
Okay.
hey.
Hey.
All right. So, hey, you go first. So, you get to take your action first. So, what would you like to do?
She is going to use her first action to close the distance. I do have the dueling actions up, so
Mhm.
I am going to try my best to actually make the most of them.
Yeah. You do have the sense weakness ability since you rolled perception.
So yeah, she is going to first action. I mean, she's just gonna mosey on over, and then I guess I will go for sense weakness.
Okay. So, your opponent, you pick a precise moment to attack, giving you an edge. Your opponent is flat-footed against the attack, so you can roll, and they're at -2 effectively.
Oh, which stat do I roll?
Well, you're rolling an attack. It's just that their armor class is 2 less.
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Would you like to reroll?
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll. The damage is excellent, but that's not gonna hit.
That
You'd be
will
doing
hit.
a lot of damage to a mouse.
All right, so that is going to be 8 damage as you slice into his chest, and you have an action remaining.
She's just gonna. I mean, there's like no benefit to like retaining an action or something like that, so I guess she'll try and make a follow up.
Mm-hmm. All right, that one will miss. Now, on his turn, he snarls and he yells out, "No, it's impossible! How could you defeat my perfect defense? You're clearly a demon!" And he is going to use the bullying press ability. Since you rolled perception, if I hit, you're frightened 2 instead of frightened 1.
Ooh,
So,
ouch.
Whoa.
what's your
Oh
armor class?
my.
That's unfair. He's got a plus 15 to hit.
Yep.
I mean, you chose to fight the boss.
Okay, I mean, yeah, sure did.
Yeah. So, what's your armor class?
21.
Okay, so that's going to be a critical, so that's 22 damage, and you are frightened 2.
Jesus.
And then he is going to basically howl out, "See, this is what I mean. There is no possibility, no way that you're actually her. You are clearly a demon, and a poor excuse for one, burning one action to basically taunt you." And then he says, "This is a farce." And he is going to apply Blackadder Venom, which immediately makes this an illegal duel. And that's his turn. Iskander, you're up.
All right. Iskander's going to.
Real quick, Troyka, you've detected him pulling something out, so you're aware that he's doing something illegal.
Okay.
First, she's going to glance over here to where her companions are, well, beating the fuck out of the guy in a very funny brawl. And she's going to assume that Jory has things well in hand.
Yeah.
So she is going to trot down near Troyka over here. And she's going to flip her lance so that it is facing, so that basically like she's pointing the butt of it with no spear tip upwards, like she's readying it to an attack. And she's going to shout at this mysterious duelist, "Timolen, you." Actually, wait, hold on. I actually haven't come up with anything to say.
Okay, well, what's the gist of what you're gonna say?
Basically, oh, jeez.
Put down your arms. You just committed an illegal maneuver.
You're cheating, you lame.
Well, keep in mind, you don't have dark vision.
Yeah, she wouldn't have seen that.
Yeah.
She was just going to shout that, "I don't care what reason brought you here. No one's going to die in this duel. No matter who wins, you're going to tell us why you came here. And my oath sworn will survive this."
Okay, you can make an attempt.
Is that an intimidation? Should I do that?
It sounds like, yeah.
All right.
You are going to be at a -2 because of his fervor.
Mm-hmm.
Troyka actually looks like kind of unhappy that she did that. Just that she feels like that Iskander's overstepping.
I completely understand.
That will be enough.
Kind of an affront to her pride.
Yeah, that will be enough to make frightened 1.
And that's it for her turn.
Okay. Sojin.
Sojin is gonna
You can roll a perception to see if you notice the poison.
Yeah, I'll do that first.
You're at a -2, obviously.
All right.
This is a free action, so you saw him do something with his weapon.
As he moves forward, he yells, "He's done something to his blade! Be careful!" And then he goes and he uses the back half of his action to tumble on through, position himself. So that's a acrobatics check versus their reflex. Yeah, that's gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to use a confident finisher to make my rapier sing that much more.
Oh, let's see if it hits. That'll hit. So
That'd
that'll be 12
let's
plus.
see. I believe so. They called it my finisher. So that where is it? Where is?
Well, confident finish just means if you had missed, it doesn't count against your multiple attack.
Right.
Penalty.
No, the other part because I called the other because of the other feat that goes with that precise strike. There you go.
Okay.
2d6 because they called my finisher.
Okay, so that's it rolled the 2d6 in the ability, so that's
Right.
5. So
Yeah, 5.
that's going to be 17. So he's still up.
Yep. And that's 3 actions total.
Okay, Zarni, you're up.
Okay. Applying that to my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
And shooting Dingus. I'm re-rolling
looks like
that.
Yep, go ahead. That'll hit, and that, because it's range, you can't really do that non-lethally, so he falls off his horse dead, and the other horse runs off.
Clearly, Jory dismounts perfectly.
Yeah, Jory dismounts without issue. Actually, you know what? Jory, roll a nature
Acrobatics?
acrobatic. Well, nature if you want to try to keep the horse, or acrobatics if you just want to get off safely.
Ooh.
Oh.
I just saved a horse.
Yep, you just saved the horse. I'll put the horse back on later.
We have a new pack mule.
Hey,
Troyka,
a horse was yod.
All right, Troyka, we can roll initiative again to see what we're going to do. And this time, I am going to roll perception. So what would you like to roll?
I'm also rolling perception just because, like, especially both frightened too. That's just completely tanking her stats.
Yeah. All right, so that'll be boom.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm going to go first. And I'm going to use my ability, basically, to make you off target to my attack. As he says, "And with this, I shall lay you low, demon!" What's your armor class? -2?
21.
Alright, so that's gonna hit.
Oh, wait, it's been reduced to 17 because I'm frightened too.
Well, frightened reduces armor class? Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's still not enough for crit, but that's going to be 12 damage. However, because he did apply venom, you are going to have to roll a fortitude save. Okay, and what do you roll? 28.
I think that's fine.
Oh yeah, you're fine. That's a critical success, so there's no effect. And then with his next action, he's gonna shout out, "How? Only Ilse." Ooh, excuse me. I'm losing my voice here. Only Ilya would be able to stand up to me. You are not she. You are not she. And then she's going to basically use an action to apply more venom to her blade, his blade. And that's going to be it for him. Your turn.
I gotta
Troyka.
ask really quickly: is that close enough? Is Iskander close enough that he can see with the torch?
Yes.
Okay.
First things first. First action. Troyka is going to use Extract Element because she has versatile blasts. Poison is under her elemental control.
Oh.
So she's just going to like slurp the poison off of his blade.
I'm good with that. So is there a roll for that?
There's a roll to see if she also damages his weapon doing it.
Oh, sick.
Is there another one to see if it falls into his face?
I mean, there's a different attack for that, but so this is a. Okay, the target takes the two. Okay, so the target or object takes the 2d4 damage, like the 2d4 untyped damage, and then it would make a fortitude save for what happens next, but that's mostly for if I'm like extracting fire from a fire elemental.
Okay. So I'm gonna say that go ahead and roll your 2d4. That's gonna be 5 damage to the dueling weapon, and I don't know. I guess I'll just roll it to 1d20. I think that's a failure compared to your ability. So failure as success, but the creature takes full damage. So the object takes full damage, and it slurps the poison off of it. And basically, since it seems heavily tied to him, he's also going to take some of that damage as well. All right. So what else will you do?
She kind of spits a pretty large amount of blood and says, like, look at me. I have no idea who you are talking about. I am nobody. But if I do know one thing, is that you... She kind of points the... She points at where she's pretty sure that the badge that he has taken off of his heraldry with like a hand that's currently also like drenched in the poison he applied to his blade. Said, "You are a failure of a duelist." And then she attacks again.
Mm-hmm. And he's off guard because you've hit him in his emotional weakness. Emotional damage.
Emotional
damage.
She's still going to. Since I did perception, can I still do the sense weakness?
Yep. So that'll be an additional 2. So -4 to his armor class.
Okay, come on, baby. I know I'm at I know I'm at a minus to my hit, but come on, baby. Let's just fuck.
Can you re-roll that?
I'm out of hero points.
Oh,
You gained one, then. So you should have another one.
Yeah, you should have one more.
All right, last one then.
15 will do it with the penalties. So with the 15, you deal 9 points of damage to him. But once you do this, you actually have a moment where you draw the blade into the spot where you just stabbed right into where the badge would be on his chest, and he's gargling. He's really angry as he snarls and looks into your face and says, "You look just like her. How? If only I'd killed you that night. If I was 5 minutes sooner, then a demon wouldn't have taken you. You've ruined my life."
She, as her last action, she just kind of like throws the poison he had on the ground as she holds her blade where it is for a moment. But it's pretty clear that she is like pretty heavily wounded.
Yep, and he is heavily wounded as well. And when he sees your face, he sees something in the glint of your eyes as you hear a voice as if ordering him to "Don't you dare harm her." And once that voice intones, he immediately becomes frightened 5.
holy shit.
Do I lose a layer of frightened at the end of turn?
Yep, you
Yes.
do.
Awesome.
All right. So, Jory, you're up.
Let's see. Should I help or should I not? This is a duel.
If you interfere, I will kill you IRL.
I'm actually going to. This is actually how I'm going to narrate this because once that happens, Timlin basically takes a staggering step back, and then he calls out, "You're a demon spawn. I saw you. And he turns to break and run, which is definitely basically like a forfeiture and cowardice. So once he does that, he throws off the pack that he was wearing, basically trying to lighten his load. Troyka, do you pursue or do you let him leave?
Oh, hell no, he can leave.
Yep. What? No? Yep. You're gonna let him run away?
Yes.
Alright.
She kind of points at how many bits of herself are currently scattered on the ground, and she's like, "Fuck no, I'm not chasing him."
Well, leaves more for me. I'll leave that for my turn.
Well,
That's Jory's turn right now.
is the party Troyka, are you gonna tell the party to leave him alone, or what do you tell the party?
Yeah, she'll kind of like hold her hand up as he starts to leave, though she will kind of make a motion at his bag because I'm assuming it's within the range of her aura.
Yeah.
She'll tell them to she'll essentially, between coughing up blood, just kind of tell them, let him go. He's already lost enough. And then she'll kind of kinesis the bag towards her.
Search for any healing potions immediately.
Yeah, she just starts eating his snacks.
Jory's going to attempt something.
What's that?
Because I'm going to try and whistle his horse to me.
Ooh.
Ooh.
You know what?
Yeah.
Make that roll.
Yeah, but what would it be?
Nature.
Nature.
Because you have the animal training.
Didn't work.
Oh,
It
but
didn't work. But what?
I have it too.
But would my animal training make it easier?
I will give you that. So the horse basically walks up and puts his head down and waits for you to pet it, and you have two horses. All right. But, just to describe real quick what you guys find, on the Ardande Gardener, you find some gardening tools. You
Yay!
find glowing lantern fruit,
Ooh, food.
a short bow with 20 arrows,
Eh.
and a sickle.
Eh.
As well as 17 copper. So 17 copper coins.
Really
I
quickly.
got 6. You said I got 6 silver off of the guy when I
8
stole
silver.
8
It's
silver.
really quickly.
Yeah.
I just want to say that before Troyka actually managed to say it, Iskander was charging at full tilt with her lance down towards the fleeing man. It was only when she managed to shout out to stop, for her to stop, that she would have stopped. And she would have only done so reluctantly.
Okay. I like that because that's a good visual. Also, on the bodyguard, you find a great club, a sap, and studded leather armor.
What do you know? A sap on the sap.
And
I mean, he went down like a sack of potatoes.
what? And
He went down like a sack of potatoes because you hit her with the horse.
in the pack, you find 2 doses of Blackadder venom,
Woo!
a coin pouch.
Wow.
He had dropped a low-grade silver dueling sword, a purifying spoon.
Ooh.
A what?
It's it's basically a magic item that you can use to stir something, stir it in like a drink, and it purifies it. So it's
Okay, that makes way more sense. Sorry, I don't even know what I was thinking of.
a set of loaded dice.
Another one.
Again?
Are they, well, we have 6s. Are these 1s?
And a journal. And inside the journal, Troyka, you, because of your ability to basically read like ink, you can actually get the sense that basically this is like a madman's journal that details how he was a fellow Aldorite duelist with someone by the name of Ilya, and that she was constantly better than him, and he decided to cut the competition short by basically sneaking into a room at night and killing her. But when he went in, a demon appeared and snatched her away. A demonic woman snatched her away and vanished somewhere. And by the time the guards they found like burned cinders in a room, and basically like he was standing alone with an assassin's blade in the hand, and Ilya was gone. But since they couldn't prove that he actually killed anyone, he was basically outcast from the Aldori dueling school, and he spent the rest of the time until someone whispered in his ear that that this Ilya had returned to the Stolen Lands. But there's one very strange thing that makes this confusing.
One thing that makes this confusing.
Right?
Well, the main thing that makes it confusing is that this journal has detailed 60 years. And Ilya has your exact physical description down to the color of your hair.
Yeah.
Including the scar on the neck?
Except for that, actually, and the lack of manacles.
And okay, there's probably a bunch of like things that she can kind of like parse together. That's like, okay, that that makes. I'm gonna have to sit down with this.
Okay, just double checking. Troyka is not human. She's elf, correct?
She is a half elf.
Half elf. Okay.
Okay.
She is a half human, half.
Okay, so that is. Yeah, Jory, you would have gotten the dice anyway. I mean, you already have the other set of loaded dice.
No, like she looks like she would be, if for like a half elf, that she would be in her 30s as a half elf. If she was like 60 years older, it would be very noticeable. It's not like with a full-blooded elf where there wouldn't be that many differences.
By the way,
so she's looking like Elrond. Okay.
Real quick, Jod is going to use his magic to cast area-wide heals to heal everybody back up to full.
Okay.
Hooray! My limbs!
Yeah.
Zarni is going to offer to go over the journal as well. And just, like, continue to help Troyka. Because this is starting to concern her, but she's trying to hide that it's concerning her.
Yeah, but also, like, just so that you know, the dueling sword is silvered, so it could take the runes, and it has all the benefits of being silvered low grade, meaning you can put up to level, I think it's level 4 runes on top of it.
Correct. So that's
And
an upgrade
I'll
for
put
you.
that in my inventory.
Yeah, and being that it's silvered, basically it negates the resistances of demons and fae.
All right.
What's the bulk on it? 1?
It's the same as a dueling sword. So I think that's 1.
Yeah. Okay.
But okay. So, with that said, the party sleeps. Nothing happens the rest of the day.
Yay!
Time check before we...
It's like 6 minutes to 7. So the longest we could go is another half hour.
Okay, great. That's actually plenty of time then. So, but does the party discuss anything before you move on? Because obviously a lot was discovered from the madman's ravings.
Yeah, for one of us.
Sojin, the Troyka, no matter who you were, possibly or not, you're still a friend, companion, and I'm here for you, no matter what.
The first thing...
Unless Zarni says no, but that's another story.
What were we going to say, Iskander?
First thing that Iskander's going to say is she's just going to apologize for interfering as much as she did with the duel. She assures Troyka that her intentions were just to watch the duel play out until to its conclusion.
She appreciates
Mm-hmm.
it. Though she will kind of explain that that she 100% believes in the sanctity of it, and that she would have been like she would have been very upset if Iskander had gone further than that.
She's just going to say, I understand that, but we did swear our oaths together.
And she does. She nods. She's not like that upset, but it's clear that mostly just because there are so many other things on her brain at the moment.
Yep.
But she's pretty quick to say like it's all right. I'm glad you understand. This is a matter of honor.
And later that night, she won't do it now, but later that night she will talk to her about everything that she's found out, if she's willing.
Yeah, she might not be.
If she's not willing, she won't press.
She'll sit down with the two of them, but she'll make it probably pretty clear that she is like she's pretty lost on a lot of this, so she's gonna do her best, but this is like it's a lot to unpack.
Yep. I'm here for you, buddy.
Also, not related to current conversation, how much XP do we currently have?
Currently, before any...
503.
Yeah, 503, so we're halfway to
Thank you.
the next level.
I knew I had the count wrong, I just didn't know what I had it wrong at.
Quick question for the DM.
Yes.
Can
What's
I
up?
do a religion check to see if time moves differently in the various realms?
That wouldn't be a religion check, but you could roll occult.
Okay, I can do that. Where's my occult?
Or arcana, your choice.
I think it's equal across the board.
There are certain realms where time does move differently. Yes.
Okay. That confirms a theory, which she will share with the class eventually. She's trying to like figure it out a little bit on her own before she says anything.
So the party makes it. I need somebody to roll a d20 check.
Not
All right.
me. Oh no!
Fuck.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
The one time you don't want to roll a 20.
He's back!
Smithfoot!
Not the Mifflets!
The duelist is back and ready for round 2.
Yeah, and this time he has
he's
a
brought
gun.
a gun.
But okay. So
I didn't know they hit up. I didn't realize he hit up Avarice before the meetup.
But all jokes aside, so I am actually going to. I'm going to say that this day there is a bad rainstorm,
Okay.
and that's going to make it a little bit difficult. So for the ritualists, they could either wait a day to start the ritual, or they can try to push through it. Obviously, pushing through it means that there is a chance they may gain exhaustion from like bad weather conditions.
Oh, Zarni's gonna push to wait.
Yeah, I prefer to wait.
Sojin's gonna agree with that.
I do gotta ask, since Iskander's planning on disguising their location as best as she can, using her warfare lore, would that be interfered with by the rain as well?
Not really, because basically you know how to because you're skilled in warfare, you know how to hide despite the weather.
Yeah.
It's just that the weathers are going to suck because there's not really any overhang anywhere near the temple. So you'll have to camp either away or kind of huddle up underneath the broken temple.
Yep. Alright.
So
Yeah.
you can make a warfare check to hide your. Is anyone going to assist with stealth?
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh,
So-
not this time.
Sure. Ow.
No help from the class, so roll your warfare.
Wait, hold on. I have another character that can help.
Not the horse!
Yeah, go ahead and roll for your horse. Go for it.
Just to be clear, this is a joke roll. The horse is not actually helping with this activity.
Not that he actually did.
Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, so you do a great job, and not only that, you do such a good job that you will not need to roll to hide the ritual spot for the rest of the time. So, let me see. So that means it is the 13th now before you can 14th before you can actually attempt the ritual. So it was Toil Day. So 12, 13, 14, Fire Day. Yep. So it is now Fire Day. Okay. So Actually, I just realized that I forgot to jot down a few days. So, next day comes, and you can finally start the ritual. So the way this is going to work is that since Jod is helping, Jod is skilled enough that he automatically succeeds. So that's not even a roll. But the only other person that can help with this is Sojin. Sojin, you can either roll crafting or performance.
I'm gonna roll performance. All right. I'm re-rolling that. Better.
Okay, so what did you roll?
19.
Okay, so that will be a success. So that's going to be no bonus or penalty. And your no bonus or penalty because of this. So, Zarni.
Yep.
You need to make a religion check. By the way, the party gains a hero point. So, 25. So that's the first day's effort. Go ahead and make your second roll for the second day.
Me too, or no?
No. Alright. That will be a success. One more.
Hell yeah!
So
Ooh.
it takes you an additional 3 days. So it is the 16, 19. So it is the 19th of Decimus. So that is you see, that was Fire Day. So I'm just doing the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is now Wheel Day.
Means I need to mark off a week of horse feed.
Yep. So everybody mark off a week of rations and a week of horse feed. Wheel Day, 19th. It takes you 3 days to cast the ritual, but once you do so, the ritual is complete. Since you didn't get a critical success, it will only last for a year. But once you do so, you do feel that the temple grounds has been completely cleansed, and you can feel Mother Vulture's light. Almost as if it is enchanting the place, offering it unique protection. And it almost reinforces the wards that Iskander and Troyka have put together to put up, basically making this a safe spot. Additionally, you feel a rumble on the ground, and right before your eyes, you see this. You see that a perfectly cleared path extending from the front part of the temple extends outward, and you can only assume that it extends all the way to your village. Your goddess has created a permanent road from the Temple of the Elk to Stagsbane.
Wow.
Yay!
Additionally, those two three square hexes have now been claimed by your kingdom.
Wow.
Yay!
Increase the kingdom size by 3.
3. All right. Hey, that means we can set up a farm on where the berry patch is.
Not quite, because remember, it's basically by the influence of your village. So you can't do that until kingdom level 3.
That's what I mean. Like, we can eventually.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I said kingdom size to... Where's that?
Which one's the berry patch? 18?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So we are size 4 now. Huzzah.
And one other benefit. Now, if you build a settlement on the Temple of the Elk, that will give you a free shrine.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
And a way
Mind
to
you.
keep it cleansed, too, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, it'll be a little bit difficult to do that just because it'll cost more resources to build in the forest.
It will.
That's true, but we can get there eventually.
And one other benefit. That night, Zarni basically collapses in a heap. But Sojin knows this to be like basically Mother Vulture contacting the witch. And in the vision that you get, Mother Vulture basically temporarily possesses Yef, and in your mind's eye, you can hear Yef telling you, "Hello, Hey, I am pleased with what you have done. You've brought Mother Vulture's light into the world. And I wish to give you a gift. From my eyes and heart, through Yef's maw, to you. Zarni has now gained the Mystic Carriage Ritual.
Yes!
Yes!
Ooh!
Sorry. I shouted a little too hard on that. Ow.
Yeah, you might be contact for during Kingdom turns.
Yeah. Now that'll help me advance my story.
Well, your story hasn't come up yet. It will on a specific.
Oh yeah,
day.
that'll probably help me.
Oh, that much is true.
For the moment,
Troyka has a letter she'd like to send, but I don't know if we're close enough to civilization to get that out of here. To get that out.
Not
You
yet.
get-
I mean, we have a nice road to go back. So
Yeah, and technically that means that Zarni could cast that ritual and send you back.
Also, the way I picture it before she collapses into a heap, I very much
Yeah.
picture it as her trying to slink away from the group so as not to startle them, like a wounded cat would from their humans.
You know, I'm good with that.
Uh-oh. Guys, apparently Karvosh thinks we're offline.
Oh no.
yeah, it looks like your thing just rebooted because it just there was a messaging that your thing popped up again.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Blasty, can you give a quick summary just in case Karvosh missed it?
Certainly. So we ended up after doing the duelist. We took 3 days to complete the ritual to cleanse the temple, and in doing so, gained a road from the temple to our home base. And then Zarni gained the spell to make a carriage to travel said roads. Superpower.
Basically, we can go home like Speedy Gonzales.
Ay caramba.
So, does the party wish to go back?
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing much right now.
All right. So, in that case, the party. I'm assuming you're going to use your new ritual, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. No need to roll when you're within this, the Temple of the Elk. Basically, any spot that is consecrated for Mother Vulture, you can cast that at no dice rolls.
Nice.
So, but it specifically has to be consecrated by to Mother Vulture. So you cast it without issue, and once you travel along the way, let me just see. Sorry, I'm just looking up one thing.
I love it that when you fail, it summons up 4 riding horses to attack you.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
like-
Awesome.
Also, should I put that in my character sheet?
Yeah.
You should.
What's it called?
Mystic Carriage.
I'll link it here, and I'll send that to you as well, so you can have that for later.
Oh, so I have to manually input it.
Yeah, it's legacy content still.
Yeah, sadly. But with that said, you cast a spell, and you and the party spend a single day to travel along the road back to town. So,
Also, I'm going to put it under focus. So, Mystic Carriage.
all right. So it is now Toil Day, the 20th of Decimus, by the time you return to town. And once you do that, since we're getting close to the end, I'm going to say, Troyka, I think you said you wanted to send a letter, right?
Yeah, she's basically sending in a letter to Mom asking for pretty much everything that she might happen to know about one Ilia Eldori.
Okay, and obviously you can have like your the kobold guards arrange for a letter to be mailed, so you'll get a response when you can. Also, Zarni,
Yeah.
the items that you requested have made it back.
Woo!
So your
Hell
order
yeah.
has been fulfilled.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Yippee.mp3.
Was there any, Jory? Was there anything that you? Actually, I'm going to cover you last because there's something that comes up for you. Iskander, was there something that you want to do now that you're back in town? As an end of session thing.
Yep. Since Troyka was sending a letter to Jamandi Aldori, she would send a more professional, Baroness to Monarch kind of letter, basically informing them of the.
You don't call Jamandi mom at any point in it?
No, but she does write like this. Say to Jamandi, the Aldori Sword Lord of Brevoy, that all goes well. For you, may all go well. For your household, for your wife, for your sons, for your magnates, for your horses, for your chariots. Sorry, I'm just reading off the Amarna letter, but it goes on like that. She's just being very polite.
So basically, just the general okay, you can give me a society check.
Alright, 1 second.
Oh god.
I'll just roll that quickly.
Sojin is
And you're
gonna...
gonna get a +2 because of a letter, because of the letter that Troyka is sending.
Cool.
Nice.
26. Okay,
Nice.
so that is going to increase your influence on Lady Jamandi, but for the party.
Sweet.
It's not enough to gain any bonuses, but I am keeping tabs.
Woo.
Okay, Sojin.
He's gonna do a little bit of talking to the local folk about, see if they know anything about the Green Lady. Do a little bit more research.
Okay, so since you want to do research, I'm assuming you're researching like the continuing research, right?
Yep.
All right, we'll cover that next session because that's pretty important.
Yeah.
All right.
That's all. That's what he would have done. Like at the end of this, he's gonna get food and hubbub with the people and see what they know.
Okay. And Zarni, what about you?
She's gonna go into her cabin and shut and lock it and be left alone. She's
Fair,
done.
fair.
She's tired. She wants to research the demon lord, but
Not today. I'm tired.
Sojin is basically Sojin's other.
Do you say, Jory?
Whoa, cousin, what's the matter?
No, it's. Hey, I'm sorry. Give me a moment.
Slow down.
Okay. So remember, I said that cousin Samuel was pulling a job in Patax.
Yes.
Apparently, he found out that a rare gem was being moved, and he had a lead to get a hold of it. The Magenta Rose Crobernite. He managed to get his hand on it, and he sent some of the family runners up, but apparently they were chased, and cousin Samuel was caught before he could get past the Hooktongue Slough to the west, and they're currently going to be dragging him back to Patax. If they get him to Patax, then he's done for. I believe that he's in the forest, 2 days away, at least according to the runners. And that's where we're going to end the session for today.
woo.
Yay.
Oh, we got a mission for next week.
We do.
So you have gained the quest: save our cousin.
Yay. I mean, wait. Boo.
No, yay, yay! We got a quest.
All right, so let me give out XP. You guys got a lot done this session, and you've actually accomplished a lot. So I already did the math. and the party has gained 260 XP.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
I also
That
need
puts
to
us at
763.
Yeah, 763.
Points.
Yep, you're getting there. You're almost there.
Another
One more
300.
session like this, and we'll have it.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true.
Don't forget to add 2 horses to the loot.
Yeah, I'll add those. I'll list them there.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna assume that you want to just sell those, right?
So, yeah, no, but it's just for the math.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so question. Those loaded die that we just picked up for Jory there.
What was your question? Plasty?
I believe the question is, did the loaded die we pick up, are they loaded to roll low or high?
Oh,
Because the ones we have already are loaded for high.
they're loaded for low.
Alright. I'll mark that down.
And thank you, by the way, Troyka.
So my audio cut out there
Oh,
as I was
shit.
asking the question.
No wonder the net keeps dropping. My goddamn outlet fell out.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Well, that explains it.
Okay, it's plugged back in.
So, I guess, are we back on? Do you want to do your closing,
Yeah.
or do we just skip it this week?
I'm gonna go ahead and close it. All right, see everybody next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. We'll make sure you
Okay,
get a nice
now.